The Gory Gauge.
Let the harvest begin.
Welcome back to the Gory Gaze, the horror podcast where two boyfriends slash up and bleed out your favorite horror movies, mostly but not limited to the black sheep, underrated, and forgotten gems of the genre. I'm Alex.
And I'm Stanley. Welcome back.
Thank you.
And I have one question for you.
I do not know why purple people eaters eat people. Like, I've been asked that question many times, but I don't have the answer. Sorry.
That was literally what I was going to ask you, too.
Okay, move on.
Also, what did you do last summer?
What did I do last summer? We were living in LA. We were in Hollywood. Anything for our birthdays?
What did we do for our birthdays last year?
Did we go anywhere?
Well, Aaron and Summer and the girls invited us over.
Where else did we go?
What did we do?
Did we go to Laughlin? No.
No, that was in March.
February or March, yeah.
Wait, what did we do for our birthday?
I don't think we did anything.
Oh, we went to Oregon. Oh, that was for Becky's wedding.
Yeah?
I have no idea what we did last year.
Well, then I don't know what I did last
We
summer.
definitely did not run anybody over.
Who actually remembers what they did last
in
summer?
the road. I journaled about it, I'm sure, but I don't. You know what's funny is I haven't been posting on social media the way that I used to, and I know you just don't.
No, I don't.
But I used to post like a lot,
Yeah.
but I just don't anymore. So I don't even know if I could look back and tell you.
I used to post a lot, and then I got angry because nobody liked my stuff as they were all looking at it. And I was like, what's the point? You know, but like the point is like a personal journal. I get it. Like, you know, like put your stuff out there so you can have memories of your own, you know, your footprints and whatever you're going through and whatever you're laying out in this world. I feel like social media, honestly, like it makes me somebody else that I'm not, you know, present at, you know, like that I am not during this present time. And when I put something out on social media, it makes me feel really fake to myself, or like if I'm not being true to myself. And I'm doing it just so other people can see the better colors in my crayon box, if you will, like as opposed to the darker and like more, you know, grayed out version of
red, yellow, green, red, blue, blue, blue. Red, purple, green, yellow,
if you guys
orange,
know
red,
what that is from, then
it's from the wonderful world of color.
I know what it's from. Yeah, but that's it. Yeah, pretty
Well,
much.
you're supposed to use hashtags to get likes, but also I don't think that's true because I can't tell you how many times I've used that FYP hashtag on TikTok and I get like one view.
Yeah, there's been times where I actually post on TikTok and I don't even hashtag anything and like I get more likes or more views.
It's so convoluted.
Yeah, and you know what? I hate posting on TikTok now because every time that you post something, you never get views. But then you'll receive an email from TikTok saying, if you want more views, pay $9.
And I admit, I did do that once.
No.
I paid for views once, and it was specifically because I wanted people to hear my song.
Yeah.
So it was that one where I was like, Alexa, play Stanley Jacobus. And then I only got like 3,500 views, but I got like a bunch of likes. And I think people heard the song, but you never know. You know what I mean? It's not like I made any money or anything. But
and
again,
it's always from like this one girl that's like, lick my bussy twice.
XX1, 2, 3.
XX1, 2. You know, it's like, get the fuck out of here, girl.
And her comment is, like my page.
Like my page, yeah. Post your stuff on so-and-so and like whatever.
The one thing we were talking about while we were watching the movie that we are going to be talking about today is how different a movie it would be, or it would have been rather, if social media was around.
Text messaging instead of letters.
You know, like...
Yeah. Like, did you get a text this morning? Yes, of course. Did you get the same text that, what's her name?
Julie?
Julie
James?
did, yeah.
We're going to be talking about I Know What You Did Last Summer, obviously,
What?
if you have not yet gotten the text message.
And this is the 1997 version.
The 1997 version, the OG. If you're listening, the new one is already out in theaters. It comes out today. We're recording this episode the day the new one is released, and we're going to try our best not to talk about that one, although we have plans to see it within the next 24 hours, and we are very excited.
IKY, what is it? IKWYDLS?
I think you did it.
Something like that is the same thing as I Know What You Did Last Summer. So you might know them as different versions of the titles.
IYKYK.
What?
If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. Yeah.
I had to like count that down. That's so funny.
Quick, behind you.
Oh my God. Behind you.
It's a vowel.
Oh God.
Movement.
It's a vowel. Oh, a bowel movement. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay.
It's been a day, you guys. Before we get into it, should we talk about the bullshit shenanigans that we've been dealing with?
No, it's self-made trauma.
Self-made? I didn't ask for a fucking flat tire.
Olives on top.
Oh, the olives is...
It's not a flat tire. Just life happens, you know, and like there's certain tire shops and credit cards and shit that'll get you out of those type of...
Ugh. Yeah, I guess you're right.
You can get out of that. What you can't get out of is the mystery of somebody knowing what you did last summer.
Well, neither can they, because
sent it?
27 years later, we still got two of those motherfuckers in the same situation.
And see, like, the whole thing is, like, I haven't been on social media. I haven't seen any more trailers than the 3 that we talked about last week during the podcast.
Hold up. Doesn't that feel good to say last week when we talked about that?
It feels okay.
Okay,
it feels
good.
Okay.
Go on.
I don't know if I'm ready for it or not. I don't know if I'm ready for it to be modernized. Like, I don't need a modern version of I Know What You Did Last Summer. And even though it's getting good reviews, and I'm sure it's great, there's a whole other world of people out there today that exist, you know, like just like we existed back then when we got it in 97. But I feel like I don't want to forcefully like this movie. Like, I don't want to be, you know, like, it's okay. Like, the movie was great. It was cool. Honest to God, like, I can tell by the polished up people and the way the movie looks that it's going to be one of those, like, you're going to have to like it or just be against it because you're just you're a mad person.
I mean, but these movies are made for fan service. They're made for people specifically like us. Like, it's made for the Scream generation.
Yeah,
and
like, I hope it actually makes sense is what I'm trying to say, as opposed to somebody just having a wish list of, I shoulda, coulda, woulda done it this way instead, and then give us their version of I Know What You Did Last Summer, because that kind of sucks to accept and push the original to the side, you know? That's what I'm aiming at, is like, I don't want to be told that this movie is better than the original and give us Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze as Two Faces, you know, like, just for us to be content with it.
I want it to be just as good.
Yeah.
Because if we're being real, like we just said, we're not going to talk like a whole bunch about this new one. But like, if we're being real, this movie, like I think I can speak for both of us. We both like this one.
Yeah,
we both like the original.
It absolutely broke barriers. You know, like, you can separate this from the Scream movie, and we know how much, you know, it goes against Scream and how much in common it has with Scream. And not that it's the same movie, but the people behind it.
I don't think that they have anything.
Well, the team behind it.
Well, yeah. Well, yes. Okay.
Like, and the team, and that's what I'm saying is, like, not the actual movie, but the team behind it is the actual almost same fucking team as Scream.
We have a writer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. This movie, there's a lot to talk about. You know, there's a lot to talk about this movie. Like, the way it was created, the way it was made, the way it was pushed back, the way, like I said, it actually broke barriers. But because it did it at the right time, like, it was the right fucking year to release this movie. If anything that it had good going was just 97.
1997 was a good year for movies.
Yeah.
We got Romeo and Michelle's High School Reunion.
Like, these movies were going up against 97 was like a fucking year for movies. Like, honestly.
Scream 2 would come out a couple of months later. Like, it's nuts to me that this movie came out less than a year after Scream, and it came out 2 months before Scream 2. And it's weird because this movie came out again, like, we always end up talking about movies that came out at pivotal times of our lives. Like, I remember exactly where I was when I first saw the trailer of this movie, and it was at one of those booths, like at one of those focus test booths that you would walk by, like, at the mall. And I don't know if you're familiar with these, but they used to have these booths set up, and you would be able to watch movie trailers and give your, like, 2 cents. Eventually they would do this with movies themselves. Like, you'd be able to, like, get tickets to go see screenings of movies, and then you'd have to answer questionnaires at the end. And then eventually they would, like, do reshoots and stuff because of the people that didn't like what they saw. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they did this with trailers, and I was with Ryan Coe, and I was not allowed to watch the entire trailer because I was underage. It was a rated R film. So from what I could see from, like, the outskirts of the box of the other people watching the trailer was just clips and pieces of what I thought was girls being mean to each other. So I saw, like, Jennifer Love Hewitt screaming, and then I saw Sarah Michelle Gellar, like, picking up clumps of her hair and smashing the mirror. And all I could put together was this movie was about girls being mean and putting curses on each other, which I think I told you before.
I mean, did you just watch Jawbreakers?
That movie wouldn't come out for another couple of years.
Oh, well, did you what to say for
I don't know.
forecast
I was just
that?
like a weird.
You were
I was just
I need
like
a revenge
weird
movie
kid, and that's probably just what I wanted. So I had no idea that this was like a slasher movie. I had no idea that it was based off a book, and I had no idea that it had anything to do with people that were responsible.
So
for
that's even the
Scream.
thing is this movie was written before Scream, way before Scream. It was put away.
It was, yeah, you're right, because it was to be clear, it was based off a book from the 70s, and the book, we won't get too far into it because it's so different. The book is just so far removed from what the film is, and the author Lois Duncan has gone on record saying she's not a big fan of the film, and they changed a lot. Like the book is like a little mystery thriller. It's a young adult novel. Nobody really dies in the book. Like it is a mystery and it's good. I remember reading it after the movie came out and being like, wow, like the book's good, but it's its own thing. Like it's got a lot of the same characters and stuff, but
it's very different.
It's very different. Yeah. They don't run over who they run over. And again, like there's so much
certain
different.
Names are similar but different.
Yeah.
Like I think the Shivers.
It's Helen Rivers.
Right?
In the book.
So
it's not Helen Shivers.
I don't know where the S and H came from.
I think that just to switch it up a little bit. But what were you saying, Kevin Williamson? Was it him that actually wrote the script originally?
He originally wrote the script. So the script. Williamson adapted Lewis Duncan's novel. I Know What You Did Last Summer first in the early to mid 90s. He shopped it around the studios who all said no since slasher movies were all dead at the point. So he put it away. Then around 1995, while house sitting for a friend in the midst of getting cabin fever after watching a news story about Florida's Gainesville Ripper, he suddenly got inspired and he'd started I think he put on the Halloween soundtrack. And then he started writing the Scream movie throughout the entire. Because that's what the
Gainesville Ripper was based upon. That was the idea that gave him Scream.
Yeah,
was the Gainesville Ripper.
So after all the studios had said no to him, he submitted it to the studios, and Miramax eagerly bought and produced it.
Scream.
Yeah. So then Williamson was approached to adapt Duncan's source novel by producer Eric Feig, who produced Step Up 2, 3, 4, I think, or something like that.
Oh, the dance
And then
movies.
he did part P2. You know the movie P2?
Oh, yeah.
So he did that one too. Also produced the upcoming film Together, the one that we just saw the trailer for.
Oh my God, that movie looks so good.
With
Dave Franco?
Dave Franco.
Yeah.
Like Eric. Williamson's script for I Know What You Did Last Summer reworked the novel's central plot to resemble a straightforward 1980s era slasher.
Oh yeah.
And that's why it kind of it was more acceptable, for studios to pay attention to, and I believe some other studio had bought it then. Or Kevin Williams. It was
Miramax sued Columbia because they said it was from the creators of Scream.
Because in the original trailer, and if you go to YouTube and you actually watch the original trailer from 97, it still has created and written by Kevin Williamson.
Yeah.
And then they remade the trailer to where now it says One Summer. That trailer changed, and now the studios had bought the movie.
Columbia?
Yes. So the original trailer for the movie described Kevin Williamson and the movie as from the creator of Scream in 1996. Miramax owners of Scream successfully sued Columbia Pictures for false advertising, and the phrase was removed.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
because I had originally thought that he was the only one involved.
Yeah.
But fun fact, Sarah Michelle Gellar is in Scream 2.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, she has parts in both of these movies, which I always thought was really interesting.
Yeah, sorry I took you for a whirlwind there, but my facts were literally all scattered through the top of my phone to the bottom of literally all my notes, and I have to just find them.
No, it's a lot of interesting facts though. It's fun because you don't get a lot of horror films, especially mainstream horror films that are based on, young adult novels from the 1970s.
Yeah.
Optioned by a major studio, written by someone who had just written one of the highest grossing slasher films in the history of slasher films. You know what I mean? So there's a lot going on here. Have you seen movies like Prom Night and The House on Sorority Row? It's funny because The House on Sorority Row and Prom Night both have almost the same exact plot.
I think this movie was created from both of those movies, right?
Well, yeah, and it's the plot of the book of I Know What You Did Last Summer is similar to those movies as well. And again, the book came out well before those movies, but I think The House on Sorority Row was a lot of fun.
I like the cover for the book. The cover for the book is not a lot, but says so much.
I don't remember what it looks like.
I can show you.
Oh, yeah. They hit a little boy.
Yeah.
I'm going to spoil it.
You can tell that
now.
by the book cover. Literally, it's on the cover.
Yeah, they hit and kill a little boy as opposed to this movie where they hit an actual man.
Yeah, and in the book, I believe that it starts with the note, right? Like,
I think she gets the note while she's in school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's a big difference in the book, like, compared to the movie. But, of course, they had to, like, make it work for it to be a movie. Did
you have a relationship to this movie growing up? Did you see it in theaters or did you wait for it to come? Like, what was your relationship?
This movie I literally watched on video. I think video for me was the only way to go because I like the shopping for movies in a video store back then in the 90s was kind of like really cool as opposed to like going to the theater, which I think going to the theater is cooler for me now.
I love going to the movies.
But I mean, I like picking movies at a video store and then going home and watching them and being scared in my own house, because I feel like being scared in your own house and like within your own surroundings and dark backyards and creepy hallways is way more effective during these movies as opposed to a theater full of screaming people or annoying ass folks.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember if this was, I think that when I saw this, it had already been out for a couple of weeks, but I had well past seen Scream. Like, I was not allowed to see Scream for the first couple of months because my sister had told my mom that the opening was too gruesome. So my mom's boyfriend at the time, I finally convinced him to let me go see it. And while it was really gory, like, I had seen so much worse. So I was allowed to watch pretty much whatever I wanted after that. So by the time I Know What You Did Last Summer came out, I don't know who took me the first time. I think it was my sister Crystal. I think Crystal took me. It was one of her boyfriends and then Ryan Coe. We all went together. I remember being very confused. I remember the whole
yeah.
The whole thing was confusing about like who's got
the guy
hit.
in the beginning, who got hit, like who is NH, like who does she belong to? Like,
and it's interesting you bring that up because that whole thing, like, I remember not caring for it like throughout like my entire life, but up until the last couple of times we've watched it, like I think it's probably one of the best parts of the movie.
And the weirdest thing is like that's a whole separate movie within the movie. Like I felt like Anne Heche's version of a character, her story was just way more scarier than the movie itself. Like,
oh yeah,
what are they doing there? Like that house is scary. Her approaching with a knife, like her all bloody and like weird.
And I have a thought when that part comes up. We'll talk about that. Hopefully you can remind me when that happens. But I have a thought of when she, I'll just say it now. When she comes at her with the knife, do you think that Julie is just so like spun up in like her spiral of like what's happening that she thinks she sees Missy coming at her like that? Missy is just standing there like, what are you doing here?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so do you think that there are certain points where we are to think that Julie is just paranoid?
Well, yeah, because coming from where she came from, even this being her first horror experience, period. Like, I think in general, Jennifer Love Hewitt was scared throughout the movie. So it kind of like, reflected through her character, and we got to see the actual fear of Julie James.
Well, yeah, but I mean, do you think that that didn't really happen the way that it was presented to us? Do you think that Julie James is like, do you think that she saw Missy coming at her like that, but it wasn't supposed to be like that in real life? Do you think it was like a paranoia type of thing, that Missy was actually completely normal, but Julie was seeing her as like kind of like more of like an amplified like
POV. Yeah. Like the POV is like anger coming at you with a knife.
Yeah,
well, I think so.
But really, like, it was nothing like that.
At that point, Julie is on high alert.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I thought about that because I feel like that Anne Heche is like the most normal character in the movie.
Fuck no. Are you kidding me?
Rest in peace, Anne Heche.
You know who's the most normal?
By the way.
Elsa.
Oh, God. You guys, this movie is so 90s. And by the way, speaking of Elsa, we just watched Mortal Kombat.
Ooh, boy, I know.
A couple of days ago. And let's talk about a fucking whirlwind of a movie.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat. But we're not going to talk about
two.
Mortal Kombat. I'm never talking about part 2. We will never acknowledge Mortal Kombat 2 Annihilation after this sentence.
Mainly because we were hungry after Scream. and we wanted more. And we knew that Julie,
After Scream.
I'm talking about like already moving on from that.
Oh, okay,
but I'm saying like why the reason as to like why we liked this movie so much was because of Jennifer Love Hewitt and Sarah Michelle Gellar, like upcoming and rising. And we were just starving for more, like scary movies.
Okay, well, that brings me to a good question. Why do you like this movie so much?
Because it has everything right. Like, like the movie was made and it's like everything about it is perfect. So everything about it is perfect because they have all these polished up, beautiful people, on screen even. The story is very well lined up once you actually like are like, holy shit, like this person is so-and-so, that person is so-and-so, and you break it down and you're like, it actually makes a really good movie.
And that's one thing they wanted. They wanted beautiful but likable people specifically to be cast in this film.
Yeah, and that's, I think, what we got. It's just like, to me, the way that I see this movie is an unsolved mystery just blown up into trauma and drama to where, honestly, this is just a person getting away with murder. Like Benjamin getting away with murder, but then these kids kind of fuck it up for him. Kind of like a Scooby-Doo episode. I would have got away with you if it wasn't for you meddling kids.
It is very much a Scooby-Doo episode.
And then this guy is now a person that got away with murder, but if it wasn't for those kids, like I said, so now he's trying to kill them and, cover that up. Like he's just covering his tracks as an unsolved murder.
And do you realize, sorry to interrupt you, how long it took me to realize that that's what happened? Like how many times it took me watching this movie to realize, oh my God. And like there's a key scene in the film where Julie James goes, oh my God, it wasn't your brother.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how many times I've seen this movie, Alex, but like it never clicked until like 3 days ago.
The part that got me was like, it was an accident. And he's like, I know everything about accidents.
The best part, her best acting in the movie is when she says that.
Yeah.
When she says,
it's
please,
because it's you have to fucking grab that whole moment that happens. You have to grab it and understand the entire movie. Because at that very moment, like Benjamin is giving us the key as to how it all started and what happened, like how it all just spiraled.
And there's another thing I want to bring up too is like my whole time that I've been watching this film, which this movie's been out for 27 years now. Like if you all want to feel old, I saw this movie in theaters when I was 11. So this movie's been out since I was fucking 11 years old. I am 39 now. I want everyone to know that Jennifer Love Hewitt was 17 years old when she got cast in this movie. What I considered to be plot holes growing up, as an adult now, they are they are being forced into a situation where they are not allowed to tell anybody what is happening. And I never really grasped that until recently either. Like there's a lot of stuff that I kind of just put aside until I took notes for this. Like it's kind of interesting and really, really frightening that there are kids, like, I mean, yeah, they're like 17, 18 years old, but ultimately they're kids who are put in a situation where they are living with something so scary and so awful and they can't talk to anybody about it. And so like when they're in the situation where they're like, they find a body in their trunk and there's a car that whizzes by and they can't flag them down because what is that car going to do except get a policeman involved and then their secret's blown to shit. You know what I mean? Like I never really considered any of these things until just recently.
You have to be really careful with these tracks as you're leaving them behind.
Yeah.
Like every footprint that you leave behind, you have to scratch off in this movie.
It's so funny. Yeah,
it's really good though. Like, honest to God, like the beginning of the movie, like when fucking what's his name, David Egan is sitting at that cliff, and the music's going along, and you kind of feel the town having their own little version of a party over there, which you don't even see, but you just feel it.
Yeah,
and like the color, the hues, of blues. And
it's a very blue film.
It's so pretty because you can break everything apart still. The cliffs, the ocean, like the waves crashing against the rocks, everything. And like, it's so perfectly well done. Like, honestly. And that's, I think, what sticks is the rainy day because of and I'm saying not that it took place in no rainy day, but the whole fisherman hook, like the coat, I mean.
The seaside location.
Like, the seaside location. The dark all day, like kind of, but when it's sunny, it's sunny. And this is why I think like this producer, because he's known for like really like colorful movies too, and like the fact that he jumped on this assignment,
Eric
Feig,
Feig.
yeah,
Eric Feig.
you know, like the fact that he jumped onto this assignment and they made it a little more darker than the versions that he's used to. But then when the daylight hits, it's beautiful. Like when they go to what's his name's house, Barry's house, you know, and it's all white and greens and the blues are blues and like everything's really bright.
Yeah,
it works.
It's unfortunate that he is responsible for "I'll always know what you did last summer."
Yeah.
Skip it, you guys. I don't know if anybody even knew it existed until just now, but now that you do know, yeah,
no.
I don't think you've seen it.
No.
Also, there is a television series that came out. I kicked the chair, sorry, or whatever that is down there. There is a television series. It was only one season. It got canceled. It was on Amazon. A lot of people didn't like it. It is like a deviation or a variation, I suppose, of this story with a hit and run and everything. It's about like a set of twin sisters in Hawaii after graduation. It's interesting. I would say give that a watch. Instead of watching I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer, watch the TV series because that is actually semi-interesting. It's got some cool kills and it's like horny as fuck. There's a lot of sex in it.
Gross.
Yeah, so I would say do that one.
We definitely know what you did last summer.
I know, huh? Before we get into the people under the stairs, I wanted to ask you what I asked about Return of the Texas Chainsaw last week. Sum this movie up in 3 words.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
No. Like what we did last week in that movie. Because you never gave me 3 words for it. So for I Know What You Did Last Summer, tell me this movie, what you think of it in 3 words.
Shit. I don't know. I think it's just the polished up version of the characters.
What do you mean? I just said give me 3 words.
Oh, sorry.
Like fun, exciting,
stupid.
No.
Intense, gory, mysterious.
Oh my God. All right, cool. And now I'm not going to give you 3 words because
nobody asked you.
Nobody asked me. Is there anything you wanted to throw out there before you give me the people under the stairs?
Yes.
Oh, that's a first.
I want to say that Anne Heche was cast as Missy, which she recalled as being 2 days worth of work that required her to be scary.
I really love Anne Heche.
That's what she went home and told Ellen DeGeneres. She's like, I'm working on this movie, and it just requires me to be scary for 2 hours.
I did read that somewhere. Did you find that on Wikipedia? You might have, yeah. I just want to say that whatever happened to her a couple years back was like the saddest thing. And
well, there's a whole lot of thing that Anne Heche sadly lost a brother to suicide, just like her character Missy, who thinks her brother David committed suicide when he was actually murdered. Heche herself tragically died in a car crash in 2022, just like her brother's girlfriend in the movie.
Is there a Pet Sematary relation?
Well,
it's okay now. Are you back?
Back from where?
No. But I would say no. I would say let her die in peace. Honestly,
I've been trying to find Pet Sematary relations to every movie that we have been discussing, and I scoured IMDb, and I was like, nope. Oh, but we did find out. Oh, well, we'll save that for the people under the stairs. Let's just get into the people under the stairs.
Okay,
shall we?
Yeah.
All right.
The people under the stairs.
I Know What You Did Last Summer is a 1987 American slasher film directed by Jim Gillespie and written by Kevin Williamson. It stars Jennifer Love Hewitt, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Ryan Phillippe, and Freddie Prinze Jr., with supporting roles played by Johnny Galecki, Bridget Wilson, and Anne Heche. Oh, and Muse Watson.
Okay.
The first installment in the I Know What You Did Last Summer franchise. We have cinematography. Oh, you know what? Let me go back a little.
Okay.
Did you know that Jennifer Love Hewitt and Johnny Galecki, right? That's the kid that played
Max?
Darlene's boyfriend. Yeah, right? They lived together in a building back when they were kids, and Jennifer Love Hewitt was the one that suggested him to play the part as Max to the director and producer.
I actually love that. And that would track too, because I feel like they both did a lot of television growing up.
Yeah.
And so somehow they probably intertwined.
It's amazing.
Somehow.
Like this whole background of I Know What You Did Last Summer back in the 90s is fucking fire. Like, did you know that Reese Witherspoon had applied to play the part of Julie James.
Reese Witherspoon also had auditioned for Sidney Prescott.
That's amazing. I'm glad she didn't get it because I feel like Julie James did so much better. But the thing that we did get out of her was her boyfriend, Ryan Phillip, because she's the one that suggested him to play the part as Barry.
It would have been a different movie.
Yeah.
Who suggested Ryan
Sarah
Phillip?
Michelle Gellar. She was dating him at the time, and she's the one that pushed him to like play the part for Barry.
Oh, really?
Yeah, or audition for.
I
had
for no idea. See, I want to picture a world where Reese Witherspoon was our Julie James.
I know,
and
and Barry was not Barry because of Reese.
Well, yeah, gosh, So as much as I love Jennifer Love Hewitt, I get a few there are some things near the end where I get kind of annoyed.
Yeah. You know what? The whole ending of the movie where she does that voice, like there's that voice that I told you, like, why is she doing that voice? You know, when the movie ends and she's on the phone with Freddie Prinze.
Well, I think it was a reshoot.
It's just, to me, she mimics too much Neve Campbell to me. Like, she is a replica of Neve Campbell. Like, act like Neve Campbell is all she wanted to be.
Is that her fault or is that Kevin Williamson's fault?
It's not Kevin Williamson's. It's, I think Neve Campbell was amazing. And I think that she probably thought that that's how she wanted. Like, I think that in Jennifer Love Hewitt's eyes, Neve Campbell was huge. Like, this girl knows exactly how to act. Yeah. You know, and like they kind of both grew up together with the whole Party of Five thing going on.
Oh, of course. They were on the same show together.
They were siblings, right?
So Bailey and Sarah dated. Sarah was right. Jennifer Love Hewitt. Yeah. Bailey was Julia's brother. Julia was Neve Campbell.
Neve Campbell and Charlie and the other little girl, right?
Did you watch Party of Five?
Yeah, I did. Because of Charlie.
Chabert was Claudia. Claudia was the youngest.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. Uh-huh.
Ooh, God, I loved Party of Five.
What a good show.
What a good fucking show. I will never forget the scene where, you know what, and Jennifer Love Hewitt did some good work on that show. I will never forget a scene where she was with Bailey and because they had this tumultuous relationship and he was always fucking drinking and cheating on her and being fucking terrible. There's even a scene where he like he beats her up, right? He hits her.
It's fucking good. The show's really good. Like Party of Five was fire.
It was a real good show. There was a scene where he says something to her or like he's like, why do you deal with me, Sarah? I don't know what he says to her, but she goes, I love you. That's all. And then it's just like the most beautiful moment that Jennifer Love Hewitt could give us. And so Jennifer Love Hewitt has been around since the beginning of time, by the way. I just did a Jennifer Love Hewitt appreciation post on Threads yesterday. Jennifer Love Hewitt has been around since Barbie infomercials, since she was probably 10 years old. She was on Kids Incorporated with fucking Fergie. I don't know if anybody even remember. Did you watch Kids Incorporated?
Yes,
Kids
I did.
Incorporated.
Yeah, that was Disney?
Yes. And she sang, I remember very specifically, she had this musical box number where she was like a ballerina and she gets out of the musical box and she dances with somebody and sings, I still believe someday you. And y'all, Jennifer Love Hewitt was a singer. She had an album called Let's Go Bang. It was very inappropriately titled, but she was a very, very talented fucking artist for a hot minute. And I stand by her.
Yeah. Did you say that she mentioned that she had auditioned for Helen?
No.
For the part of Helen?
No.
So now I'm thinking, like, imagine that movie. Helen, Reese Witherspoon. I mean, Jennifer Love Hewitt is Helen. Reese Witherspoon is Julie.
She really wanted Julie, though. That was the thing, right? God, imagine that. What did we watch recently with Reese Witherspoon? Oh, Sweet Home Alabama.
Sweet Home Alabama.
It's so cute.
Yeah.
It's such a cute movie. Okay. And then Sarah Michelle Gellar, she had done, obviously Buffy was a big. It had just started. I think Buffy just came out the year before. I'm going to break a lot of hearts. Maybe. I have never seen one single episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer in my life.
Oh my gosh.
And here's the reason why. It was because I was such a big movie fan. Like, I loved the original Buffy the Vampire Slayer and I still love it, even though I hate Christy Swanson. She's such a fucking asshole.
The thing is that's like a train gone by, you know, like you can't go back and watch Charmed. You can't go back and watch Buffy. Like they're just like too, like, I think it's the effects that kind of like kill it for modern day today. It's like, did we really watch this?
We might lose one listener or two.
And it better not be Sarah Michelle Gellar because that's only important.
She turned us off. I am going to go out on a limb here, though, and say that, well, it's probably not even a limb. Sarah Michelle Gellar is the highlight of this movie. And the reason is the chase scene that she has.
That is my whole. That is like, if that was the entire movie, I would be so fucking happy. Like Sarah Michelle running barefoot in a fucking alley, kicking glass doors down from a cop car and screaming her fucking lungs out. This whole moment, I told you, like this whole fucking sequence of when she's first like behind you, like inside of the cop car, being like taken into the cop car, and like that whole sequence. Fucking amazing. It's all the way to the parade.
It's
so
horror
good.
movie gold. And it's really funny because in the book, she is attacked by somebody. She locks herself in her apartment bathroom and then jumps out the window.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the last we see of Helen Rivers.
And I'm so mad now because we totally missed the fucking photo prop opportunity at the tire shop today to be able to market our episode as Helen Shivers. Damn it.
You're right.
There was towers of tires at the fucking tire shop today.
There was.
Say that 3 times. Towers of tires.
Towers of tires, towers of tires, towers of tires. Not as hard
shop.
as Toy Boat.
No, say
Don't
it backwards.
Do it.
Okay, let's get back to
Ryan Felipe. I want to talk about how many times I jerked off to Ryan Felipe when I was 11 years old.
No, he's not. I never found him attractive at all. And I might be the only gay man in the world that just has no eyes for him.
You were already like 17 years old when this movie came out. I was literally hitting puberty, so this was like a huge gay awakening for me.
No,
yeah,
I don't know.
Oh my gosh, being like prepubescent and sitting in a movie theater and watching something like this was like, oh my.
And we almost didn't get him because this character cast was supposed to be a huge 6'2" football player type, big body type guy.
Yeah.
And fortunately, we got Ryan Phillip.
That's how he's described in the book. And again, this is not Ryan Felipe's best work. This is
Did
like
he ever have
early
this work?
Ryan Felipe work. I love him in Cruel Intentions.
I mean,
I love him and Sarah Michelle Gellar both in
I don't
Cruel
know.
Intentions.
I mean, everybody that movie does something for everybody. I guess it's the most sex anybody's ever had.
That's what I mean. Is like these are kids.
Yeah, like it's the most. But the person that loves this movie is honestly, this is the most sex you're ever gonna have.
In
like,
Cruel Intentions.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Like this is the most sex you've ever had in your life, and you're like, oh.
We should do a commentary on the Patreon.
I swear, because everybody that loves this movie, I'm like, you guys are sick. Like, you guys are sick. Like,
I saw
you guys
that
are
movie
sick.
3 times in the theaters.
No,
When
I mean,
13.
Selma Blair is probably my favorite in that whole movie, anyways.
You want a blowjob?
She's fucking great. She's really good in that fucking movie. I'll give her that.
Fun story. When I met Selma Blair at Tuscanova, she was the sweetest person in the entire world. And when I asked her for a picture, she took like 3 of them with me and then kissed me on the cheek and said that was for Cruel Intentions.
Wow.
The end.
That's all.
Anyway. Wait, so we talked about everybody. Freddie Prinze Jr.
Yeah. Freddie Prinze Jr. was my favorite. See, I had an eye for him. I had an eye for him because I think I kind of liked his personality, like his persona.
What personality?
She's all that, the whole sweet guy where Freddie Prinze has a name, the Prince Eric.
I never really loved him. I thought he was kind of cardboardy.
I mean, I only know him for these 2 movies, honestly. Like,
what do you
I Know
mean
What You
these
Did
2
Last
movies?
Summer, and
I Still Know What You Did Last Summer?
I Know What You Did Last Summer, and She's All That.
What about I Still Know What You Did Last Summer?
What about it? What
I
about
know.
it?
We'll talk about it next week. Never mind.
Like he makes a comeback, and I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, and we're gonna get that again in this movie. Like, why?
You know what's funny is I thought that he died at the end of I Still Know What You Did Last Summer.
I wish we would have got a comeback from Barry. That would have been more shocking than Freddie Prinze.
Well,
Barry died.
Yeah. Spoiler. Sarah Michelle Gellar had posted pictures of herself on the set of the new one, and people were freaking out. And I was like, you guys, she's dead. Yeah. like give us a fucking break. So I keep saying like my favorite person in this movie, I've said Anne Heche and Sarah Michelle Gellar, but also Bridget Wilson. Let's give it up for Elsa Shivers.
Yeah, she's pretty dope.
She's such a fucking bitch.
Don't even ask her for help. Don't have her open the door. Don't do shit for me, Elsa.
Because
just kill me.
She will demote you to women's fragrances.
Yeah. And
you don't want that. No, I love her. I've always loved her. She's a good actress. She's good in everything that she's in. She takes it seriously. I even loved her in Mortal Kombat, and that movie's a piece of shit. And I think that she's the best part of that. I think that she's good here. I think that she's fun. I think she's funny. I think she has little fun, quippy lines and everything. Every time she's on screen, she is just a blast. And she kind of, not like her character here, but just the way she looks and like carries herself. She reminds me
it's the way she demotes her own sister.
Wendy. What?
The way she demotes her own sister.
Yeah.
Wendy
you're right.
used to do that to you.
I love you, Wendy.
No, it's hilarious. It's the chemistry between her and Sarah Michelle as sisters is fucking great. So they
have
perfect.
really good chemistry.
Okay, let's continue where I left off. Cinematography by Dennis Crossan, and thank you so much. And did you know that him and Kevin Williamson, is that his name, right?
The writer?
The writer.
That's his name.
They sat down together and they created like this coloring effect for this movie. Like they were like not going to move on until they actually got this correct. And they're like, this is how we want this movie to look. They devised the color scheme together, which was marked by heavy blues throughout and notable lack of bright colors.
Well, one thing I really love about this is like when you look at the movie poster or the DVD cover or whatever that you're like holding in your hand before you like pop this movie in or before you like buy it on digital streaming, like what you look at is what you're going to get. Like the movie is like the movie cover is like the blue that you're going to get.
You feel like you're underwater
of the movie. Yeah.
Right? Like,
it's like
in a dark seaport somewhere.
It's a very seaside film, and it's very much a dark blue, ominous.
And then they have that little shine on the hook, right?
Oh, it's
There's
so
like a little
good.
shine.
It's so good. And it's the kind of heavy hook that makes like that ching noise every time he hits something or swings it.
And the cover is honestly like an 80s slasher horror movie, where they just had like the person of the main character of the movie and then the weapon. But they don't show us the person or anything. It's just the weapon and then the main character. It's how they would market like movies that I remember like back in the 80s or 90s as horror.
Well, I feel like that they started doing a thing in the late 90s with Scream, and I guess with The Craft, you see.
That's what I'm saying.
Bunch of characters.
Yeah, that's what, and even Scream reminds me of that. But Scream broke that barrier with it being several people on the cover as opposed to just the one person that I'm saying. Like back in the 90s, they had one character and the weapon.
Yeah,
and now they have like all four of them and the weapon.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
All right, go. Oh, wait, real quick before you move on from the cinematographer, he also did the cinematography for a film called The Hole, starring Thora Birch and Keira Knightley. Have you seen it?
I've seen the trailers, never really saw the movie.
It's a nasty little film. Thora Birch has like the most wavery British accent, and Keira Knightley, I mean, it's like a little off-putting because she's underage and takes her top off, and that always fascinates me when actresses do that. Thora Birch did it in American Beauty as well. Like you have to have your parents on set and like they have to give permission.
Yeah. But
it's always weird to me when actresses or actors are given permission to do that by their parents.
Oh yeah.
That aside, it's a very good film.
Yes.
And people should watch it. Not because of that, obviously, but because it's a nasty horror film. Anyway, go ahead.
So next we have edited by Steve Merkovich, which I believe does the most work out of the entire team. Is the editor is like, if you know how to like edit a movie together and make that shit look so good and crisp and buttery and like it fits so like everything makes sense.
It's very cohesive. There is a little bit of choppiness near the end. I had pointed it out to you, and I'll point it out when it happens during the plot breakdown. But there's a part where they just keep intercutting Julie driving, and then Julie like getting out of the car, and then Julie like typing up shit on her computer, and then it's like stop. We did not need this. Like, get out of here.
She's doing her work.
Get out of here.
We need work. We need research.
Shut up. Give me a microfiche.
Yeah. Anywho, music by John Debney. Round of applause. Well done.
Why?
What do you mean?
Why John Debney?
Why not?
What else does he do?
He's done Halloween movies. I'm just kidding. I don't know. Why don't you tell us?
Hocus Pocus.
Oh, that's right. We just talked about
Alex literally had no idea
how
what
funny.
it was.
Yeah, no, I don't even know what you're talking about. But yeah, now it makes sense. Yes, we're going to Salem in October, and how funny because we had talked about Hocus Pocus, and here we are doing this. Just the relevancy to us is like so weird.
Gosh, I love Hocus Pocus. But yeah, John Debney is so cool, and he also did oh God, he did Little Giants. Little Giants is so much fun. Oh, and speaking of movies like Little Giants, we should point out that we watched House Arrest with Jennifer Love Hewitt
oh my gosh, yeah.
and Jamie Lee Curtis.
She's giving those eyes, those little Love Hewitt eyes.
Yeah, and I never realized that Jamie Lee Curtis and Jennifer Love Hewitt have worked together.
She said that she visited her multiple times during the set of I Know What You Did Last Summer, that because she was filming like down the street or something.
That
at the same time.
Wild.
They were filming. She was filming something else during that time, and she would come to set to see her like act and like give her tips and all that stuff.
And what's really cool is that Jamie Lee was also in Drowning Mona with Neve Campbell.
Oh, how cool.
So
that's
it's
right.
kind of cool
you're right.
that these Scream Queens like have kind of coexisted with each other in different planes.
They're making
You know what I
movies
mean?
together.
Yeah. And Michelle Williams was in Halloween H2O with Jamie Lee. Oh, but that's like an actual Halloween movie. That's totally fucking different.
Now you're veering off. Production companies Mandalay Bay Mandalay Bay. The shooting in Vegas. Sorry.
Jesus.
We were just there. Literally, that's why it's stuck in my head.
Vegas.
Anyways, yes. Mandalay Entertainment, distributed by Columbia Pictures.
Yay.
Big mix-up. Release date October 17th, 1997. Where were you? What were you doing? Running time on the film, of course, 101 minutes. It was released in the United States in an English language. The budget for this was $17 million. Box office, it hit $125.3 million.
Okay.
Based on the novel, of course, I Know What You Did Last Summer by Lewis Duncan, written in 1973, right?
Oh my God, 73?
Yeah.
Wow. I wanted to make a comment on the running time. You said 101 minutes. This last time we watched it, I felt it.
Yeah.
I felt it this time. This time, it definitely felt a little bit longer than I remember it being.
The new one's 2 hours long.
I'm ready for it. I'm like so excited that I am absolutely fucking ready for it. Hit me.
Yeah.
Because anything, you guys, it has to be better than I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. We have to stop thinking that I Still Know What You Did Last Summer is a good film. I don't know. When was the last time you watched it? We're not going to dive too deep.
Honestly, like I can try to. I think it was maybe like within these past 3 years.
Because I watched it about 6 months ago.
I can't get into it. Like I still know what you did. It just has nothing for me. That whole Bahamas, like being lost in the island by themselves, and like it's just too stupid. Like
there's so much wrong with it.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to talk about it next week. But I'm just saying, anything has got to be better than that. And I'm not saying that I'll Always Know is even worth mentioning in comparison, because of course anything with Julie James is good. Like it's good, and for nostalgia factor, of course, anything has got to be a step up. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So yes, let's have some scores for you, which IMDb gives this 5.8 out of 10.
Boo.
Yeah, you crazy. Rotten Tomatoes 48%. And Metacritic 52%. And this is what I mean. Watch the numbers for the new movie, and just because it's more modernized, more polished up, and like it makes more sense for kids today, throw us some familiar faces, and this movie's gonna boom. It's gonna have like 97% on Rotten Tomatoes, and it's probably gonna last a good while.
I'm seeing like clips of the title card and how it's like identical to the original's title card.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of looking forward.
Yeah. Regardless, like each installment of the franchise has received mixed reviews from critics, just like Stanley is doing now, with the first film developing a cult following,
Like,
which is 3 films, right? I believe is what it has. But I think it would be I Know What You Did Last Summer, 97. I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, 98. And then we have the television series 2021. It doesn't matter. No, wait. We're missing I'll Always Know 2006.
That just went direct to DVD.
Yeah, that went direct to DVD. That's why I was like, we're not missing nothing.
A supernatural element to it. I don't remember exactly how or why, because I only watched it once, but there was something ghosty to it. Barf. I wanted to throw something else out there casting wise. Melissa Joan Hart had been offered a role, but she turned it down because she said she felt like it was a ripoff to Scream.
Yeah.
But also, Melissa Joan Hart auditioned for Scream and didn't get a part.
Yeah, sorry. Maybe that's why she was mad.
I think that's kind of bitter, right?
Neither of these roles.
I can't see her in any of those movies either.
Sabrina.
Sabrina.
She was good in that.
I loved Sabrina.
Yeah, she was really good in that. She was funny as fuck.
I loved it. Yeah, so filming for this movie took place in Sonoma County, California, which stood in for what we have ultimately concluded is North Carolina. I am actually happy about that, because what is Dead Man's Curve is in Jenner, California. I thought we were going to have to go very far away if we ever wanted to visit that, but it's not nearly as far.
Yeah, they filmed a lot of the opening scenes of those oceans is up here in Northern California.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Like all those cliff sides in the beginning intro of the movie is all like in Northern California.
Oh, that's neat.
Because you can tell because they're at a sunset. And hello, sunsets in the west.
Call. Good call.
Did you know that Sarah Michelle Gellar and Freddie Prinze Jr. only speak to each other twice in the entire movie? Despite them being married now, during the movie, they only speak twice to each other.
They're married with like 2 kids.
That's the best.
How fucking awesome is that? Oh, no, everything else was filmed in North Carolina, just so we're clear. The opening scene was filmed in Jenner, California. And there was something recently where people are trying to create some beef between SMG and JLH because they didn't take a picture together at the premiere of I Know What You Did Last Summer, the new one. But they just didn't run into each other. So I'm taking the opportunity to squash that drama because I know them personally. No, I don't. Let's see. Duke University was the college that was used for Julie's Boston College campus. And the ending that we get is actually a reshot ending. There is a deleted scene on the 4K that we have where Julie is, it's basically the same thing, except Julie is accepting an email instead of taking a shower. Like she's typing up stuff and she's like having an AOL, remember that conversation with Ray.
Remember, like the most thing that stuck to me was when we were watching that and you actually shouted out when Barry tells what's his name? I'm taking care of your girl just like I promised. Remember?
Oh, yes. There's that scene. There's the scene with Barry and Ray, and they're having like a conversation about how poor Ray is.
It's the beginning of the movie, right?
Yeah, they're like on the other side of
Barry's already drunk.
The balcony. Yeah, Barry's fucking wasted. And they should have kept it. I think that was a good scene. They should have kept that because they make a vow to watch each other's girl. Yeah. Because they're going to be in each other's places, basically. Ray will be in New York, and that's where Helen plans to go. And then Barry is going to be
near
at Harvard or near Julie. You know, where Julie's going to be.
So it's like, you take care of my girl, I'll take care of yours.
Yeah. So later on when Max fights with Barry says, oh, I'm just taking care of your girl, Ray, like I promised. Like that makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah. Things like that actually make sense.
Oh, let's talk about the soundtrack for a second. The soundtrack, the film score is separate. That's by John Debney. We already talked about him. The soundtrack itself came out in October of 97 as well. I used to have this on CD, and this is back when movie soundtracks were like hot. They were super hot. And they like this one is no exception. It has the Typo Negative Summer Breeze cover, which is real good. It had some Soul Asylum on it. It had that Hey Bulldog cover by Toad the Wet Sprocket. And it had some Our Lady Peace. Like this is a really good album. Like I should probably have this on vinyl at one point or another in my life.
This isn't a commercial and we're not getting paid for this either.
No, we're not. Pay a shutter. Yeah. I mean, and this is not like the Scream franchise, you guys. This is literally the 4th film in this franchise and the 3rd, if we're not including I'll Always Know, because I can guarantee you nobody within this main cast has actually probably seen that film or even knows about it, just like you guys.
Yeah.
And now, from the writers of Scream comes a terrifying new experience that won't die. Last summer, 4 friends did something unthinkable. For Julie, it wasn't always the same until... Did you guys get a letter?
I got a letter. I love the tagline.
4 young friends bound by a tragic accident are reunited when they find themselves being stalked by a hook-wielding maniac in their small seaside town.
I mean, this must be the most movie with most taglines of them all.
It's got a lot.
Like tons of them.
He's got a hook on them.
He's got
If you're going to bury the truth, make sure it stays buried.
It was in marketing. This movie was made in 50 days, right?
It was made in 6 weeks, yeah.
Yeah, it took about 50 days. Yeah. So I think they pushed the marketing. They pushed the sexy, which is Jennifer Love Hewitt first time ever exposing her breast was literally in this movie.
She doesn't get naked.
She doesn't get naked, but we actually see cleavage.
Get cleavage.
Yeah. So it was her first time because it actually, she says this helped her so much, boost her into more mature roles right after this, which 911, sitting at a desk, taking phone calls.
Let's talk about Heartbreakers.
That's really sexy.
Where she's basically naked the entire time.
That was like, let's give you Jennifer Love Hewitt and you're going to pay us for it.
Heartbreakers was a good movie.
She was really fucking sexy in it.
She was so fucking sexy in Heartbreakers.
Yeah.
And I love Can't Hardly Wait. Can't Hardly Wait came out like right after this. Can't Hardly Wait came out our birthday of 1998.
Can't Hardly Wait. She's the same character as the movie we just watched, the
House
parents,
Arrest?
yeah, House Arrest. Yeah, that one. Like, she's the same little shiny, glitzy, glimmery-eyed girl.
You owe me a quarter.
She's funny. She's really good, though, at what she does, and her work is great. Okay.
I love J-Love. Even if she screams a little bit too shrilly near the end of this.
Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah, let's
do this.
Let's
Let's
talk
take
about
a
what we
fucking
did last
fishing boat.
summer, and let's get on our fishing boat, and let's sharpen our hooks, and let's cut our hair.
Put on our crowns, get on the parade float, cruise downtown, and let them all wave at us.
And let's kill our brothers. That doesn't make any sense. Nobody's brother died. Oh, wait. No,
fuck?
Missy's brother dies, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about I know what you did last summer, you guys. I know
my
what
gosh.
you did. What?
Sorry, now that you say that,
I'm
I hope it
yelling.
doesn't come out like, I'm Barry's brother, and you killed him. He's dead because of you.
You know what? I
Because
actually
they never showed us Barry's family.
we did see Barry's mom. We saw
We
nobody's
saw
family.
Barry's mom in the background.
What if it's like Helen's baby sister? What if it's Elsa's daughter? What if it's
I don't know.
Julie.
I think it
What if
could
it's Julie
possibly not be
James?
her, but maybe Eric and her sister had some fun times together.
Who is Eric?
Oh, sorry. David
Egan?
David Egan and his sister had some fun times together.
David Egan and Elsa?
Not Elsa.
Whose
And Hayes.
sister? This is not Flowers in the Attic.
But what if they live in the back hills, boom, like way in the little.
They live in Marble County.
Yeah, you never know. Like maybe they were fucking around and like this whole Susie character kind of got in her way.
His girlfriend?
His girlfriend.
Oh my God, you guys. I know what you did last summer goes like this.
Boy and girl are making out, right? When they hear over the radio that this lunatic killer's escaped from an insane asylum.
That's not the way it goes. Boy goes for help, and the girl stays in the car, and she hears this, scratching sound.
No, he's been decapitated. No, he was gutted with a hook.
Oh my God.
You think he's dead?
We can't just leave him here.
Oh, tell me, little Miss Prelaw, what's the charge for manslaughter? We make a pact. Right here and now we take this to our grave.
For the last year, 4 friends have kept a secret.
Are you on drugs?
No.
Well, then what is wrong? I've had a rough year.
But not all secrets stay buried.
Somebody sent this to me. Oh my God. Someone knows.
I know what you did last summer. Ooh.
What they thought would be a new beginning
Toast to us.
is becoming a dead end.
Somebody tried to kill you last night. We have to go to the police.
If he wanted me dead, he could have done it.
And the mistake they made
It was an accident.
There was no accident. It was murder.
What if he's still alive? Hey!
What are you doing here?
is coming back to haunt them.
Oh my God.
He's after me, too. I got a letter. I got run over. Helen gets her hair chopped off. Julie gets a body in a trunk, and you get a letter? That's balanced.
He's waiting for us to unravel.
The wait is over.
What are you waiting for, huh? What are you waiting for?
Hello?
I know what you did last summer.
Okay, I know what you did last summer is rated R for strong horror violence and oh, sorry.
There you go. Gosh.
So we get an immediate title card. The typo negative Summer Breeze.
Summer breeze.
I like their version a lot better than the original version.
Yeah.
God, typo negative is so good. I just remember the opening of this movie making me feel so just different. I think this was like a really life-changing moment for me. And I couldn't tell you why. I do remember that particular moment though, just like the way it made me feel as a preteen.
It's an absolute unforgettable feeling. Even if you watch it today and you hear like there's like a heartbeat thump in the music, like it's like you know, like
Yeah.
like the kind of something that just kind of like echoes and it sticks to you and it just stays inside of you.
Yeah, like the credit sequence is really elegant and it's simple. Like the way that it's got that aerial shot going over the ocean, it really sets the tone. And I think it's interesting now that you mentioned the sun setting, but I love the sun setting and it kind of sets for the rest of the film. Like you never see a lot of daylight for the rest of the movie. You do, but you don't really.
I feel like the only time the daylight sticks is 3 times throughout the movie, which is when they go to Barry's house, when they visit Anne Heche, and when she's like, "What are you waiting for?"
But even then, it
feels like very folly.
It feels very folly.
Yeah.
It feels very folly.
Yeah.
And then we get that overhead shot of Dead Man's Curve, which I feel like every town has one of these streets that they tell you about, that you're supposed to be very careful turning around. I think ours in Oregon is called Crown Point. There's and we also have one called Rocky Butte. I took you to Rocky Butte. Yeah. It's just a very, very curvy street that you're supposed to be very careful on.
Los Angeles, it's named San Quentin.
Is it?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, I was like, that's a prison.
You should be.
You'll be sucking gas at San Quentin. This stuff used to confuse me when I was a kid. I told you, like the whole opening stuff with David Egan and who might be in the bushes, who might not be in the bushes. I used to make up stuff about what happened because you don't see what happened. You just get kind of exposition later about what may or may not have happened.
Yeah. It's fucking weird. Like, because I had the same confusion, and I'm sure that not just us, but it kind of sucks to be punched like that with such a good opening, but then you have no idea what happens by the time they go into the 4 characters. You know, like when they go into that whole, the part of the party where Barry's already fucked up and they're like fighting.
Yeah.
Like it becomes their movie. The opening's really good because it kind of does that murder mystery type of piano key opening, you know, where you're like finding out what happened, kind of like those movies where like bomb threats are being set up at the beginning of the movie and then we find out who the bad guy is, like kind of like Speed.
Yeah.
You know, like the movie Speed, how that was created, where we don't meet the bad guy until then, but we see him creating shit.
I saw that movie at the drive-in.
Really?
Yeah, Speed.
How cool.
I fell asleep. It was a double feature with Jurassic Park.
That's really cool.
So the character who plays David Egan also played the porn star who replaces Mark Wahlberg in Boogie Nights. Hey.
David Egan.
In Boogie Nights, apparently he's got a really big fat dick. So David Egan sits alone on the rocky ledge of this cliff, spinning his I love you pendant. Apparently someone is watching him from the highway behind him, and he is drunk. And we could tell that he's drunk because he's got that bobbly head thing going. And
Don't you have a bottle?
Like he's drooling. I think he's got a flask, yeah. Oh, maybe it's a bottle.
I think it's a bottle.
I think it's a bottle, yeah. Fireworks go off in the sky above him, and we cut to the Southport 4th of July celebration. Woo! And by the 4th of July celebration, we mean there's a lot happening. Yeah. So there's a Croaker Queen competition going on at the local theater. There's a parade going on. There's a whole bunch of stuff happening, and like the entire town is here. And it's like a small, quaint fishing town, but every person that lives here is at this event. And at the Croaker Queen competition, it is featuring 5 girls plus Helen Shivers, played by Sarah Michelle Gellar. And all of the other girls look very sad in comparison.
Yeah.
Helen
like she's
Shivers
the prettiest
is very
girl
pretty.
in town.
Yeah, she's so hot. And in the audience, we have her friends, boyfriend Barry, played by Ryan Felipe, his best friend Ray, I guess, even though they're really mean to each other. Ray is played by Freddie Prinze Jr., and then we have his girlfriend, Julie, played by Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Yeah.
And first thoughts, I think every character always talks a little too big for their britches in these movies. Kevin Williamson writes like way too adult for everybody. They always use really big words. They always talk.
I don't know if that's how it is in a small town, though.
Like no one would talk like this.
Really?
I don't think anybody would talk like this.
Like people that go to the Hamptons.
Like when she's like kill the commentary on the sexist overdrive.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Come on. Like, come on, lawyer girl.
It's over now.
But I do love Sarah Michelle Gellar's hair.
Yeah.
She looks fucking cute. And to the far left in the girls, did you notice that the one on the very far left in the black and blue striped swimsuit looks exactly like Jamie Lee?
No.
Well,
Why would I be noticing girls in bathing suits?
You just start paying attention to weird little things.
Go away.
I did write in my notes that I had the biggest crush on Ryan Felipe.
Ew, again.
I just loved him.
I just
he's
can't.
Like, get it, babe.
Yeah,
Loved him.
I get it. And you know, he like tries to sound 6'2",
Oh, he tries.
Right? Yeah,
But
like if you hear it, he like tries to sound like very like 6'2".
He's not going to bother you
Yeah.
again. Why did the other girls in the Croaker Queen competition not get the chance to perform?
I don't know.
They only let Sarah Michelle Gellar have the microphone.
I love later in the movie when she's about to pass the crown and that one girl singing and she's just staring at her like, please shut up.
Jesus Christ. The girl who sings Fame. I couldn't believe it. So through art, Helen is going to serve her country and she's going to move to New York and become a serious actress. All of these kids have plans. She's going to move to New York. I don't quite know what Ray plans to do, but Julie wants to go to Harvard to become a lawyer. She has a scholarship, and Barry is going to be a big football player. They all have things to do.
But she's going to be on Guiding Light.
And that's what she wants to do. She wants to be an actress. Yeah.
In New York.
No, I said that. Yeah. Well, you're supposed to go there and study acting and do theater.
What's that school?
Juilliard.
Yeah.
So we're introduced to a few more characters, including Elsa, who is Helen's older sister, and Max, who is Julie's childhood friend, who has a big old crush on her. Max is played by Johnny Galecki. Elsa is played by Bridget Wilson Sampras. We love the battle that is happening between Elsa and Helen.
And if you listened to me earlier, Max and Julie are friends from way back when.
They are, and they have a cute little chemistry too.
Yeah,
and
it's cute.
Funny because you can tell how much he really likes her.
Mm-hmm.
He's got like a really fat crush on her, and it's cute. And he's trying to get her drunk.
Annoyed she is of it.
She does not like him back.
Mm-mm.
Like she's annoyed. He's like the annoying little brother that she might have to babysit on a Saturday.
She basically rolls her eyes every time he walks away.
And you can also tell that Elsa and Helen do not like each other.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of sarcasm and wit that gets tossed back and forth. I like it when she says, "Is Miss Croaker getting sautéed tonight?"
Well, that's because she's planning on moving away and she's in her own world, and Elsa's the one taking charge of the parents' general store.
Oh yeah,
she's like, "You need to be here with the family," type of shit. You know,
the assistant manager.
Yeah.
At Shivers.
So that's why she's mad, because Helen's actually doing something of her hair.
With her hair.
With her hair.
She's got the curling iron that works.
Yeah.
I love how in the part where Max is trying to give Julie the shot, Helen does not help Julie. Like Julie's looking back to her and she's like, and Helen's like, "You're on your own, bitch."
Yeah.
Like she's the worst wing woman in the world.
Max anything, just go away.
I know, he's kind of annoying. But also Barry is the worst kind of person to be around. Like he's the worst drunk. And that's what I also think is kind of fascinating, is that these kids are like 17, 18 years old and they're fucking tossed.
My question is, why is it always Barry? It was Barry last week for Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the most annoying man in the world, and now it's this fucking asshole Barry.
You did mention that, and I'm going to like throw some shade at Tyler Cohn, who is the actor that played Barry in Texas Chainsaw, because we had started following him prior to making that episode, because that's what we do. We like find the people in these movies and we pump them up a little bit, whether we have nice things to say about their performance or not.
You know how we do? We do the underdogs and then we talk shade.
Yeah, and then I had even sent him a message on our behalf and was like, "Hey, thanks for the follow." Because he followed us back. That's what I meant to say. Like we followed him, he followed us back. I sent him a message on our behalf and was like, "Hey, thank you for following us. We love the movie. Like when you get the chance, listen to the episode." I never really considered that people might actually do it. And again, we had a lot of fun talking about the movie, and like whether we dog people or not, like that was 30 years ago, dude. Like it's not our fault you were in perhaps one of the not so great entries in a franchise. You know what I mean? Needless to say, he never responded to the message and he also stopped following us.
Oh my gosh. No way.
Barry. So,
damn it.
Bon voyage, Barry. Anyway,
Barry.
So they Barry and Max end up getting into a fight because Barry steals the shot that Max was trying to give Julie, and then Ray has to intervene. And we also get the idea that Ray is not as well off as the rest of these little rich kids.
Mm-hmm.
They decide to go down to Dawson's Beach. Get it? Dawson's Beach?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dawson's Creek.
Yeah, because it's the same writer.
But it's Dawson's Beach, not the creek.
Dawson's Beach, not the creek. So they're going to go down there to drink more, just the four of them. And Ray decides to tell us an urban legend about the man with a hook. Do you remember this urban legend?
I do remember this urban legend, and see, this is why this movie is so fucking good, because it rolled on with the whole urban legends thing that we already had up and coming during the 90s. Like all those movies that were like, there's a group of movies just like this, and they were up and coming, and this is why the producer went and sought Kevin Williamson to create this movie, because he knew the big hit behind Scream already, and he's like, you're the one that's going to do this for us. And you're going to not write it like the book. You're going to make it into a movie. I totally lost track of what I was saying.
I'm here for it.
Yikes. Oh my gosh, I just lost track. Where was I going?
I was asking how you remember the urban legend.
Oh yeah. So then this is why they wanted to like make this movie again to be better than those movies that were already out. Like Urban Legends, which are like really good. They're good movies, but they're just not Scream and I Know What You Did Last Summer. But this is why yeah, that's all I have to say. Sorry.
So my question remains, how do you remember the urban legend?
Because it had already been out. I remember something about a hook, but not particularly the story that he says.
Yeah,
like he tells a different story that he remembers, or
because I think he tells a version that he thinks is right, and they all keep interrupting him, and they all think that they have a right version. And I can't stand Jennifer Love, who's just like, oh, he was gutted with a hook, and I was like, that's so Scream, because in Scream it's like all about everybody getting gutted.
Yeah.
But I think Ray's version is, his hook was left in the car door, nobody dies, and that's how it really went. And then everybody else has a version where somebody dies, and there's like tragedy at the end. But the more ominous, creepy ending is, that's how usually urban legends end. There's not usually someone dying. There's usually a lesson to be had.
Well, they're pre-forecasting their deaths by the way that they're telling their own version of how the story ends. If you pay attention to the movie, they're all telling their own version of that story, but it really goes to how they die in the movie. It's a secret that we never knew. Yeah. Like, he's already listening. He's already out there, Benjamin, up in the hills, watching and listening. And then these kids are pre-forecasting their own death by telling their own versions of the ending of the story.
That's a fun way to look at it.
So he then begins, like, you know how I can get rid of these kids? Is by me becoming the urban legend, and nobody will know because it's always going to be a mystery. That's what it is with these movies. They're all unsolved mysteries.
I kind of like that, because what are the odds that he ends up picking up a fishing hook?
Yeah, because they had already been discussing the fear of a man in a cloak with a fishing hook behind the urban legend.
That would mean that he's literally listening.
He's already up in the hills because he's watching
on them, rather.
David.
Yeah. But that he can't hear them, though. Like, so.
I mean, you don't know. Okay. You don't know where he actually is. You don't know where you don't know where David Egan was before the cliff. He was probably at the same beach.
Oh, and then when they're carrying his body, he said, we can just pretend that it's some killer with a hook and that we're doing everybody a favor. Yeah. And at that point, motherfucker's not dead.
Yeah.
He's still alive. Good call. I always have heavily disliked the following moment that comes when everybody kind of separates and Julie is on her own on the sand, and then Ray comes up behind her and he's like, I'm going to hook you.
Yeah, that is
that's so stupid.
You know, when I was a kid, I always thought he said, I'm going to fuck you.
Oh, I'd rather have that.
Yeah, I always thought he said, I'm going to fuck you.
I'd rather have that.
And I was like, well, it's the 90s movies. There's a lot of sex.
But I do like the whole scene, though, where they have the conversation about high school sweethearts and about what's going to happen. And then I think they give it up, right? I think she has sex with him.
She gives it up. He's like, are you sure?
Yeah. And then she's like, I think so. And
she takes off her little Christian girl clothing, her skirts that she wears, her Julie James outfits.
She mounts him. And then
because after that, like, she gets hotter, right? Like, she puts on jeans now, and she's like running around with sweaters under her shoulders.
I thought she got sad. I thought she got more sad after that.
No, like, she gets sad, but then she collects herself after she shows the letter to everybody. Like, she picks herself up again, because when she first arrives into town, everybody's like, you look like shit. Like, the mom's like, you look like shit. And I'm like, wow, Mom, that's a fucking good thing to tell your daughter.
Okay. Either way, I would have hated for my first time to be on the beach.
Yeah, that's.
I also like the conversation that Helen Shivers and Barry have on the other side of that broken down boat. I do like the setting. I like how there's like that like shipwreck that they've kind of made a bonfire out of. I like the whole setting. I think it's good.
Oh, yeah, for
and
sure.
I think the writing here is really good as well.
I'm just waiting for Nancy to pop up and be like, these are all my gets.
Oh my God.
They're everywhere.
How funny.
I can feel it in me.
The string of movies that came out over the course of these couple of years do have very similar vibes.
And I told you, I wish they would create a movie where you actually see characters from other movies in the background.
Could you imagine Jennifer Love in The Craft?
Oh my gosh, yeah. Fuck
Who
yeah.
would she have played? She would have been Sarah.
No, they would have been themselves. No, really?
Yeah. Like if she was in the film.
Yeah, she would have been Sarah.
Or Bonnie. She would have been Bonnie or Sarah. One of the two. Which is Neve Campbell. Oh, how funny. Okay. So I had written a note that everything up until this point works for this story because it's like really endearing and it's kind of like the end of like that adolescent chapter, and then everything else that happens just after this makes me sad.
Yeah.
Because it's all like real life stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, you know, the theme of alcoholism. I don't know.
It's just things change after a traumatic experience. It's like, what was that show with Hannah on Netflix where she commits suicide?
Hannah?
Remember? Her name was Hannah.
Hannah on Netflix.
She commits suicide.
13 Reasons Why.
Yes. You know, like the same thing. The kids go through something traumatizing and it's somebody that dies that they didn't even know. And like, everything changes.
And it's like that domino effect. Yeah. This is what this is too. It's like that domino effect. And it's like everything happens for a reason. Yeah. But like, what if this didn't happen? Like what would have, but maybe we'll get some of that in this new movie as well. That'll be interesting to see like what routes they decide to take. But what happens here is Helen takes Barry's keys because he's fucking drunk and she gives them to Ray. And then she and Barry get in the backseat. Julie and Ray get in the front seat. Barry is obnoxious. And as they're driving through the twisty, windy roads, Barry decides to stand up in the sunroof. And he still has a bottle of alcohol. There's a part right before that, too, as they're like, he's talking shit to Ray from the back seat. Julie turns around and she says to him, "Can you say alcoholic?"
Mm-hmm.
And it's sad because he's just like an 18-year-old kid and he's like already getting this shit house.
Yeah.
And that's when he stands up in the sunroof. As he's partying and having a good time, he's like kneeing Helen in the face.
How are they friends?
And like they all like, you can tell in this instance that they don't even really fucking like each other.
Yeah.
And then he drops his liquor bottle just as they're turning. Then everybody kind of reacts. Like they all like start paying attention to him and they're not looking at the road and everyone's covered in booze. And this is like the next few minutes are very, very important and they're very chaotic. The only one that sees what's happening is Barry. He like looks up just in time to see someone crossing the road and he screams, "Look out!" And Ray runs somebody over and that body, I mean, how do you describe this?
Literally just, I mean,
barrels over the top of the car.
It kind of like barrels over the car and then, you know, like lands somewhere
on the side of the road.
On a ravine.
Yeah. And the car like spins about and they come to a stop. And it's quiet for a second and then they have a panic and Barry is very concerned about the state of the car and they think that they hit a deer and then they find out that they hit somebody.
Julie discovers a boot.
It's very scary. Yeah, Julie discovers a bloody boot and it's very wild. And the next few minutes are them deciding what they should do. It's a very, very shitty situation. There's only one voice of reason, and it's Julie. Julie is the only one who is seemingly wanting to do the right thing. She wants to call the cops, and she wants to go get help.
There was an accident.
It was an
Ray
accident.
was driving, but then Barry says, but they'll never believe him, and I'm wasted.
And everybody smells like booze. There's liquor all over the car, and they're never going to believe that Ray was not the one driving. So Barry kind of convinces everybody that everybody is going to get in trouble no matter what, and everybody is going to fry for this because it's vehicular manslaughter, and it's that simple. So Barry offers that they ditch the body and act like that they were never there. Everybody else jumps on board just like that, except Julie.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I mean, this is fucking intense. And then Barry's sobered up behavior just like, and you know, it increases and it really shows the hate between him and Julie, like really escalates, and you can actually see it being performed on screen, like how much these two characters actually don't like each other.
Oh, yeah.
And it's crazy that this is her best friend's boyfriend, you know, and her boyfriend's best friend, and she still has like no room for him.
Yeah. And everything changes like in these moments. Like it's so funny how everybody seemed to be best friends 5 minutes ago. And now in these moments, everything just starts to fall apart and very fast.
Everybody's betraying each other at the point too, to where it's like the voice of reason, which you said is Julie, is also like, you know, backstabbing them by no, not backstabbing them, but betraying them by wanting to do the right thing. And then they all betray her by wanting to do the wrong thing. So it's like, are you with us or you're not? And then she's like, are you with me or are you not? So it's a very like confusing feeling for either one of them of the parties involved.
Yeah, and it's easy to say like what you would do if you're not in the situation. Because right now I could say, oh, I would go for help. You know, I would absolutely go for help and be the voice of reason. But you don't know what you would do,
especially
if you're in the situation.
Yeah, the whole like what should we do moment is okay while you're in it on your own, but as soon as they see Max driving up or a car's coming and now it's another person or another party involved, that's when it gets scary because it's like, now what are we gonna do?
Right. And that's what happens. Max pulls around the corner and they have Julie distract him while the others hide the body on the side of the highway and Barry pretends to be puking. And then this is where we get more of Max's disdain for Ray, and he kind of chastises him again for being poor.
Yeah.
It's so silly how much money affects people and like their stature in the place of the world.
They're both kind of the same person.
I would think so. I mean, Max also works at the fucking fish dock.
Like you stink.
And he also looks like his dick smells. Yeah. So they drive down to the docks, body in the trunk, and if we just talked about this, but in my notes, I wrote it's funny how quick they went from being in love and buzzing to discarding an actual body in the ocean after hitting them in the road and hating one another.
Yeah.
But I do love the music as they're carrying him down the docks. And I did not know at the time that John Debney was the composer, but it does sound very hocus pocusy. Right? Like it kind of sounds like anyway. So Helen and Barry toss him in the water.
I love Helen right here.
Should I do it? I know. It's my favorite. So they toss him in the water, but of course the body is not dead. He jolts awake and he takes Helen's crown down into the water with him. But before he goes under, Julie sees a tattoo on his arm that says Susie. And when she asks to check the identification on him, the others decline.
Yeah.
So I sort of skid over the fact that he jolted awake. Barry jumps in the water to retrieve Helen's crown, and it's very clear that the man is alive down there at the bottom when his eyes pop open. And it's both startling and jump-inducing. But my question here is, why didn't Barry tell anybody
that he's still alive?
That he's just clearly alive down there?
I think the less we know, the better. Like, don't look at his ID. You're going to get too involved. Don't tell anybody he's still alive. It's going to be too much. Like, well, bring him out. If he's still alive, we can just lay him on the fucking pier and let him die, or like, somebody else can call for help.
But if Barry had seen him down there with his eyes open, like, is Barry in the mindset of, okay, well, he's going to drown?
Yeah.
He's so fucked up and beaten up that he's going to drown. There's a part that we didn't mention where Barry says, who is he? And Ray goes, I don't know. It's hard to tell. His face is all messed up.
Yeah.
And I never really noticed that his face is like actually
this whole underwater scene is like Friday the 13th.
You had said that.
Yeah. It feels like, what is it, part 2?
Any of them.
When he jumps... Like, yeah, you're right.
I mean, in after part 1, yeah, but like he is in the water, like in that weird, like floaty standing.
You see the chain and the rock
in
and
part 6,
the seaweeds. Yeah.
In part 7, specifically part 6 and 7, yeah. And then the pact stuff about taking it to the grave. Everyone agrees but Julie, and Barry almost kicks the shit out of Julie.
Yeah.
And Ray watches and does nothing. And this stuff kind of reminds me of Scary Movie. And then I think of how Scary Movie has kind of tainted this kind of stuff for me, and how I have to really be in a mood to watch this.
Yeah.
And I think that's why sometimes these movies are hard for me to sit through on occasion. Like, I love them dearly, but like I have to be like in a vibe, like a vibey mood to like watch them, you know?
Yeah, you got it.
So Julie agrees to finally take this pack to the grave. And as they drive away, we zoom in on the I love you pendant that David Egan was holding at the beginning. And now we are at the 1 year later mark. How are we feeling?
Like 1 year later passed. I'm ready to go home.
Does it hold up?
Yeah.
It does, right?
Yeah, I like this whole like break between the intro of the movie to like meeting the friends, having the trauma happen, and then again another reset in the movie, like a refresher. So now we're in it again to like, let's go for another ride. See what else happens.
I always forget that there's like that a year goes by. I always forget that we have like a whole film because the first 15, 20 minutes of this movie are so rough.
Yeah, honestly. And then like the music that they choose is very refreshing. Like it's super refreshing. Like,
I agree.
You kind of forget about how hard it was in the beginning, and now you're like, all right, we're good. We're in school. It's daylight. Like there's sunshine.
I love the soundtrack.
Yeah.
The soundtrack is good. I'll say it again. I love the soundtrack. I'm just kidding.
Say it as much as you want.
So we are now at college, and Julie is a sleepwalking corpse, sleepwalking through her life. Now, are we to believe that her roommate is supposed to be Brandy?
I feel like that's the aim. Like, are we supposed to be like, oh, they're college friends, right? Like from part 1?
Yeah, and like this girl just didn't want to come back?
Yeah.
Or something like that?
Something.
Is her name Carla or is it
Carla?
Deb? Carla in the sequel.
Yeah.
That's Brandy. This one is Deb. Okay.
Okay.
Now, did we notice that they have to go over Dead Man's Curve to get back home?
Oh.
So the whole thing is Julie doesn't want to go home for the summer. She is wanting to just stay home, but she's also failing out of school. Like she's completely like lost interest. She's no longer on the dean's list. And her friend Deb is like, you need to go. Like, I'm taking your ass home, girl. You need a tan on that pasty, pale tail of yours. That's what she says verbatim. So she drives her home. And I thought about that this last time. Do you think Julie realizes that as they're going over Dead Man's Curve, that this is where they killed this person?
Of course.
I would hate to ever be in a car again, personally.
Yeah. So it feels like there's only a one-way road into this town. That's what you're saying?
One thing, Wait, say that again?
It's only a one-way road into this town?
Like, is that how small?
Yeah. It's kind of like when we went to Sequoia, right? Where we just one way up.
Yeah, like that whole one way there. That was beautiful, by the way.
Yeah, it really was.
The Sequoia Forest, you guys. We're going to interrupt ourselves. We went to the Sequoia Forest, and it was wonderful.
The most gentle giants in the whole world.
Lovely.
Dinosaurs that still exist amongst us.
Lovely,
we
lovely.
We were there.
We went to the Redwood Forest. Wait, that wasn't the words.
From the Redwood.
What is that song?
Redwoods all the way to New York City or
New
York Islands.
From the New York. Oh, I don't even remember it. Whatever. One thing I wish they did was explore her year in college just a little.
Yeah.
I think that it would have been nice.
But what do we need to know?
I don't know.
She went to school for a year.
I just would have liked like a little bit more of her suffering. I guess.
Yeah.
Because like I know that we suffered, but also I think I would have liked a little bit more of any of the other characters suffering as well. That's why I think I was excited for the TV show, because I think that I wanted these characters, but like an episode dedicated to each of them. Like I would have loved a whole episode of Helen and like what was going on behind the scenes of like the store with like her sister and like stuff going on. You know what I mean? I think that would have been a lot of fun.
Do you think so? I mean, I think they give enough. Like,
I guess
without giving too much, we understand the relationship between.
I guess we get just enough. Like they scrape the surface, I suppose.
Which is okay.
It's fine.
It's enough.
And just like this stuff with Jennifer Love and her mom, it's good. But again, I think just like a tiny bit more would have been good. I love the "Are you on drugs?" bit.
Yeah.
Because she does look it. She does look a little rough. So yeah, Jennifer Love gets home to her mom, and we find out that her dad has actually been dead for a while.
See the pictures.
And there are pictures on her mantle, and her mom has made her this lovely snapper fish or whatever. And or mucket, I don't know, some sort of fish. Yeah. Mom hands her a letter that was sent to her. There's no postmark on it. It just says Julie James. And when Julie opens it, what does the letter say, Alex?
I know what you did last summer.
Mm-hmm. It's so interesting to think that this film came out in a time when nothing is what it's like now.
Yeah.
Like, we have no cell phones.
There'll probably be no room for this movie now.
That's why I'm so excited about like the new one.
Absolutely no room for this.
I need to know how this stuff is handled in the new one, because the letter is so iconic.
Like, what do they call those kids from Scream 7 or Scream 6 now? Like the Fabulous Four, or what are
the Core Four.
The Core Four.
How dare you? And also,
it's so
that's
modern.
lovely. I love
like
that.
they don't die
The Fab
nowadays.
Four. Oh my God, they're in there like they're
So,
superhuman.
This is what would happen in today's version of I Know, which is, and it probably does happen in this new movie. So we'll see.
We're gonna see. It's, I love the letter and like how it's just so. It's so relatable and it's so, and it's like we saw it in Desperate Housewives.
Yeah,
you pointed it out.
The exact same font.
I died. We're watching Desperate Housewives. I've never seen the
On
first
season
two
one,
seasons.
season 1, episode 1, Mary Alice gets that letter, and at the end of the episode, Susan picks it up and she opens the letter. Susan picks it up, she passes it, or Gabby picks it up, right? One of the girls. They pass on the letter and they open the letter and they read in font, I know what she did. And then it goes on. Yeah. Not last summer, but it just goes on.
It's fun. It's fun that this is like such a, it's like a staple.
Yeah.
Now it's like this whole letter thing is a staple.
And it's like Susan's daughter, which is played by, Susan's, what's her real person's name?
Terry Hatcher.
Terry Hatcher. Her daughter, the girl kind of resembles Julie James.
Oh, the
which
actress.
Is weird that the mom is also a single mother, which is Susan. Like,
I think Terry Hatcher kind of looks like
really
an older version of Jennifer Love Hewitt.
If the version that we wish we would have got, not the one that we have today of Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Don't you ever? I don't even. That's the worst thing you can say.
I don't know if she did something different to her face, Jennifer Love.
We all have done something different to our face.
I feel like she just looks a whole lot of different though.
Her mouth does look a little bit different. But I'm gonna defend her.
Okay,
I love her. She can cry though, and that's something that I have always really loved about her. Is that anytime she just starts crying, it's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
But what did you say? She's very Nev Campbell when she cries.
She's super Nev Campbell. Like I feel like she just mimics Nev's acting a lot.
I think that was probably the aim too.
Yeah,
it probably was we're trying to make Scream.
So that's why, like, let's get the next best thing, which would be Jennifer Love Hewitt is the closest thing to Nev.
I wonder if they asked Nev Campbell. I wonder if they were like, if they even had the balls.
I feel like the director would have been like, this is my baby. We don't touch this. Like, Scream is a whole different fucking roller coaster ride.
They heard their agents were probably like, don't even think about it.
I Know What You Did Last Summer is good, but it's not Scream good.
It's nowhere near as
Scream is
good.
like part 7
and
now.
That's why I think they're just so different. Like it's like apples and oranges. I think I think that this movie has so much good to it, but there's like some quibbles that I'm just like, ugh, you know what I mean? I can't say anything negative about Scream.
Yeah.
Like not one negative thing. So
in all honesty, like at the end of this movie, Benjamin never died.
No,
because
there's
he
a
even
sequel.
says like, yeah.
He goes to the Bahamas.
But but the tip that he gives us is like, make sure he's dead before you walk, or never walk away before you find out that he's dead for sure, or something like that.
He says, make sure if you're going to the tagline is, if you're going to bury the truth, make sure it stays buried. And then he says, if you're going to kill somebody, make sure they're really dead.
Yeah, something like that, right?
Yeah.
That's a clue.
Yeah, of course.
That's a clue.
But that's like the slasher trope.
Somebody from part 1 still alive trying to kill.
Oh, I see what you're saying here. Okay. So Jennifer Love sits up at night. Oh my God. Julie James sits up at night. That's her character's name. I'm sorry. Reflecting on the note, wondering and terrified. And this is what I meant. In today's world, she'd be on her phone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Back in 1997, you either went to the library to look it up on a microfiche, or you had to wait until tomorrow to go to Shivers Emporium.
Yeah.
And this is where we get a little bit of interaction with Elsa, who is the manager of Shivers. And I hate it in movies when characters have full-on conversations with each other and then they're talking about a person and that person is 5 inches away.
Yeah.
Like last week when we were talking about Texas Chainsaw and Barry was making out with that girl and what was her name? Heather was an inch away going, Barry, where are you? Barry. Like right here, Julie is asking Elsa about Helen and she's a foot away from her and they're talking so loud and like she's pretending she can't hear her. It makes me sad that the stuff in New York did not work out for Helen because it just reminds me of myself. Like I see a lot of myself in Helen when I watch this as adult Stanley.
Did they tell us why she didn't go?
She did go. She just said she went for a while and it didn't work out. It's sad we don't get much more on it, but I would have loved in her episode of my miniseries watching her go to New York. I would have loved that. And having been like, you're terrible. You're a terrible actress.
They couldn't do that because there's no way she would have had fun or be happy or have any inch of it.
Because she was living with this.
Yeah, she's living with trauma.
And that's why nobody is like, okay. It's because of all of this that they are hiding. When Julie shows Helen the note, Helen is so shocked. And she's like, oh my God, we were so careful.
Yeah, right. Shouting and screaming and yelling.
No, the fuck you were not careful. I love that. Even in the background right now, Elsa is like in the shadows. Like, what are they yelling about?
Yeah.
And this movie, what I also like is they make everybody a suspect. They do the same thing that Scream does. They want you to think that everybody that's listening to the left or to the right of the screen is probably the killer, when just so you know, they're not. They decide to go to Barry's to show him the letter. We find out Barry and Helen have also broken up since last summer, and Barry is still a cocksucking closeted Sean Cody model.
Yep. Smelling like Abercrombie.
Smelling like Abercrombie. What is the other one? Hollister.
Yeah, Aeropostale. Hollister.
All those silly cheap mall colloquinas. He's in denial still, not only about his sexuality, but it's still about the fact that anything out of the norm could be happening. And this is another example of how he could have told them that the man was still alive. Like it could have saved everybody a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
This was the first time I noticed he provided the girls with beverages.
Did he?
They have glasses. Like he's drinking like out of one of these cool glasses with like clear little polka dots, and they also have matching glasses.
Maybe it's the mother. Aren't you going to offer your friends something to drink, Barry?
Barry, who are these girls?
Oh, well, she should know.
Oh, Barry, that Helen girl's here.
She should know her.
Barry, that Shivers girl is here.
Shivers here.
That actress. Rich white boys. They're all the same in these kind of scenes. Like they have like white perfect houses. They're always wearing white wife beating. Those tank tops. I shouldn't say white beaters, but that's what they're called.
That's what they're called, yeah.
I roll.
There you go.
So we get some exposition on David Egan. It was in the paper, apparently, this accidental drowning of David Egan. But how they are the ones who are and should feel responsible is all Jennifer Love Hewitt wants us to know.
Yeah, I think I know who wrote it.
She nails that into us. What?
I said, I think I know who wrote the letter. Was Melanie Spooner? Was her?
Melanie Smooter. Oh, God.
Okay, sorry.
You guys watch Sweet Home Alabama. It's so good. So Barry goes to confront Max at the docks where he works, since they realize he was the one who had seen them that night. He accosts him with a fishing hook. It's super gay, and it's great acting from Johnny Galecki, though. He looks very scared and horny at the same time, and his swearing is so interesting. The way he says, "Don't you test me, motherfucker!" Test me. We find out Ray works on a boat there, and Barry and Helen abandon Julie with him so they can catch up. I also love that Barry is the one that drove them all there, and he ditches them. And I love that Helen has no way back to work, but she would rather walk than hang out with either of them.
As soon as Barry leaves, she's like, I need to go to work. And it's like, you could have asked him for a ride, or he literally like could have taken you back. Now you're going to walk all the way.
But there's a deleted scene where they're both at the float later on when everything is like going down. And they're like kind of arguing. And Helen says, why do you hate me so much? Yeah. So there's like deeper rooted shit that we just don't get. But the movie doesn't give us the room.
Do you think that Max and Barry were fooled around, and like Max kind of like has him, held hostage with the word, I'm going to, out you out?
I kind of have that feeling. That's what I mean. I said it's super gay. I feel like he's very, very horny for him.
I mean, there is that effect. Like,
I feel like that's kind of why they had that little shenanigan fight at the beginning, too.
Yeah. Ugh, it's that whole out you, I know your secret type of thing, and like, stop looking at me like that from across the room.
I know what you did last summer.
I know what you did last summer.
That's right. Yep. You put Max's little Max in your mouth.
Put your hairy Barry in Max's.
Put Barry's Cox in your Cox. Oh, wait. That's his last name, by the way, Cox.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah. COX. Okay, so Ray and Julie discuss if Ray was the one who was responsible for last summer's events. Julie says no, that she holds herself responsible, but she also doesn't want to hang out with him or know him anymore. She flees. She does a lot of fleeing, like running away, which also makes me think of Scary Movie. and all the over the top running away that Anna Faris does. That was my next note too. Like, if we hadn't ever seen Scary Movie, if certain aspects of this film would be a little bit more tolerable, because there are parts where I'm watching this movie where I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah.
So now we are back with Max, who is steaming crabs, and he ends up getting hooked by an assailant wearing a slicker who we are going to call the fisherman from this point forward. It's a very bloody, brutal, quick kill, and it's nothing like you would see in Scream, but it's still worthy in its own broad daylight kind of way. And it's good. It's a good kill. Yeah. I never really appreciated it until this last viewing experience, but I like it. It's filmed very cool. It's executed well. What do you think?
I think that this is amazing because I'm the kind of person that like goes deeper into it. And I feel like this is just the tip of the movie telling us how long was Benjamin watching the kids when they hit David Egan, because Max showed up, and this is why the fisherman killed Max now, because he knows what happened that night as well.
When the fisherman when who hit David Egan?
The kids.
They didn't hit David Egan.
Oh, they hit Benjamin. You're right. Yeah. But see, but
I was like, wait, did you actually?
Oh, yeah, right. Never mind.
I was like, hold on.
That whole thing. Never mind. See that? No, I'm going back to when I first watched the movie and I was this confused. That literally happened to me again. Even knowing right now that is not what happened. That I know that David Egan is the victim of Benjamin.
There are still times where I think it's David that they dumped.
And still, right now you were talking, and I was like, wait, but literally what I was telling you right now is because I saw it in my head again, and I was just like, holy shit, wait. This means that he was there watching that night. But of course he was there because he's the one that got run over.
Yeah.
Hello.
No, it's very...
Wow, what
webby.
happened to me right now?
It's very webby. It's that marijuana, girl.
I went back to 97 right now in a couple of minutes. I was like, wait, I think I found out who the killer is. Knowing.
Oh, Shaggy.
Would have been fine.
Okay, homos, hold on to your pee-pees, because this is where Ryan Felipe works out for a whole minute and then strips down to nothing and showers for another minute and then walks around in a towel for another minute. And how many of you jerked off to this as young gays? Admit it.
Not I.
You never did?
No.
I did at least...
I wouldn't even do that today.
45 times between the ages of 11 and 13.
There was better men out there. Like, why are we jacking off to him?
When he says hello to the shadow, why does he do that?
To the shadow?
Yeah, like when there's like the shadow on like the outside of the wall while he's showering, why does he go hello? Like, why would you even?
Max. It's little Max time, you know? Like,
whoa. I was just like, is he that paranoid that he thinks someone is watching him now? Or
where's his dad?
There's a deleted scene where his parents are at the hospital with him. That not much comes out of that scene, but they exist. So he's done showering, right? So he finds a picture sticking out of his locker of his car that says, I know. And someone has stolen his jacket. So he storms around the gym for a minute, looking fine. And then he storms out of the gym, getting dressed first, of course, and then finds someone has stolen his car and drives away in it. So he chases after his car and then is chased down himself and then ran right the fuck down.
Yes.
The slicker-wearing fisherman, who I already said I'm going to call the fisherman and forgot, approaches him, and we fade out on Barry begging for his life and apologizing. I think this scene is very effective.
The way he just says, like,
yeah, he's like, please. And the baroni says, I'm sorry, please. We didn't mean it. Oh, God, it's good. It's good. I always wanted his shirt, too. That yellow long-sleeve shirt that he's wearing, I always loved it.
Oh, yeah. It's just the way he looks. I told you, like, he looks like he's still, like, wet, no underwear. Like, you know, the way the shirt's just, like, kind of, like, flopping off the neck because that's how
he's wearing
clothes
his
looks.
Socks, which is funny.
I don't know why he put on socks.
Yeah, he threw those socks on,
like,
girl.
Why?
Because he's an athlete. He's not going to get athete's foot. He's not
us.
Put
on your shoes.
He's not going to wear flip-flops here in Bakersfield.
Flip-flops in the sand.
There's a lot of iconic shots in this film, and this is one of them, where Barry's view of the fisherman from his perspective, like when he's looking up, and you can see, like, you know,
the silhouette of the fisherman.
Yeah, it's so fucking good. So Julian Ray and Helen visit Barry at the hospital, and they try to devise a plan. And the whole next section of the film is all the Scooby-Doo stuff you were talking about. It's all mystery thriller vibes, and I love it. The whole Maryville County Library stuff, all the cross-referencing thing on the World Wide Web, it takes you back. Love it. We learned that David and his girlfriend Susie were in a car accident 2 summers ago. Susie died. Julie mentions the tattoo on his arm she saw before dumping the body. They read about his surviving sister in the sticks of Maribel County and decide to go meet her to learn more about David. Like I said earlier, hands down, this is one of the best parts of the movie, writing-wise, acting-wise, everything-wise. Angela Lansbury and Jodie Foster references left and right, and Anne Heche is just everything here. I don't know, what do you think?
I love this whole part. Like, this is a whole nother movie. I told you, like, as soon as she comes into screen, it just feels like it's broken down again, and it's like another refresher. Like, Julie driving the car, you know, like with Helen, like it, and then they get their moment, you know, like in the car, and like they have a really good moment. Then we get to her house, and that just to me becomes a whole nother movie. Like, she's just scary. She did her part well.
I think it's more tragic. I think she has like the most real life character in the whole film. And I think it's because of everything that she says about, you know, like
Her brother.
her life is the one that got the most affected, I think. I think everybody got affected, of course, but I think her life was the one that was the most uprooted because it was her
dad.
mom who, I mean, I think their dad was already dead, but her mom had to go to a home because the death fucked her up so badly. And now she's on her own taking care of this big old house and having to just deal with shit. And it's just so sad. So here's what happens. They try to get info on David from his sister, Missy. She doesn't really have much to give outside of the fact that, you know, her entire life is now ruined. She does say that a friend of David stopped by after he had died named Billy Blue to pay respects. And essentially the girls leave. And there's a jump scare at the window of the car.
This is really good.
Anne Heche jumps out the window and gives Sarah Michelle Gellar her cigarettes back.
Forgot your cigarettes.
Yeah, you got this car up and running. That was the thing. They made it a setup to where they needed to call AAA. And
Jennifer's love Hewitt's like actions during that little scene right there when she's like, I see you got the car, and she's like, yeah, you know, things happen or something.
Damnedest thing, just
and then she
right
just
up.
like puts the car on drive and drives away without even looking at her. Like, that's so fucking good.
It was good. Whew. But again, we set everyone up to be a red herring here, including Missy, which I think is a little unnecessary because, I mean, yeah, it would make sense for her to be the killer, but again, she's not. Julie takes Helen home. The everything's changed conversation they have in the car is very sad. And I feel like we've all probably had this conversation once or twice in our lives, minus the dead person, of course.
And that's why I like this whole moment, like during that whole drive and that whole
really
like moment that they have, and the whole like that whole little episode is a whole nother movie to me.
Yeah, I miss you. Like, what happened to us? And
because we needed that.
Yeah, and again, I think that's stuff that we needed more of. I wish we had a little bit more of that with other aspects of the film. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Helen's right, by the way. I mean, about David wanting to die on the road, because she mentions, oh, maybe he did want to die out there. Maybe he was waiting to die that night because he did die.
Yeah.
They didn't kill him, obviously. They don't know that yet, but.
Well, he was up there on the cliff contemplating his death, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, like he was going to do it anyways.
Exactly.
But Benjamin just gave him the push.
So Helen goes into her house to prepare for her night, or the winding down of her night. And do you think that her dad hates her or that he's deaf? Because when she walks in, she's like, hi, Dad. And he completely ignores her.
Yeah.
The first time when I saw this when I was 11, I actually thought that he was dead. I thought that the fisherman had broken in and that she was going to find his like head chopped off because the way he completely ignores her.
There's something going on because this is the reason why the sister has to take over the store.
Maybe he has like dementia.
Something.
Or he's like an alcoholic because he's drinking.
Something.
See, there's a drinking theme here.
You know, they're so mad at each other, the sisters, because one cares and the other doesn't.
Yeah, there's a drinking theme. I've always liked the setup of these houses, by the way. Like, I really like her setup of her house.
Yeah.
Okay, so this whole scene, I think, is really good. The technicalities of the camera work and stuff. We get a lot of more of those iconic shots that I was talking about. This was all in the trailer, by the way. So when the fisherman is walking in and closing the door and he takes his hook out, Helen is going up the stairs just as he has already turned into her room.
Mm-hmm.
That is a really iconic shot and also used in the trailer. It's just good.
Yeah, it is. I think it's a whole moment. Creepy. It's a whole moment where the camera doesn't move, right?
Yeah.
Like we can see Helen from the kitchen.
Yeah.
Grab her soda, pops it open, grabs a glass, and then she like comes back out.
So good. She has a moment with her crown, and she's just like reminiscing with her crown, and it's kind of nice. And she's really sensitive with it. And then Elsa comes in and tells her that she has to open the store tomorrow, but we have to remember that tomorrow is the 4th of July, and Helen is expected to be in the parade on the float, and there's nothing that can be done about that because it's tradition. And Elsa makes fun of her and her beautiful hair. And Helen decides to go to sleep. And the next morning, she wakes up wearing the crown and finding that most of her hair has been chopped right off. On her mirror, written in red lipstick, is the word soon. And then she smashes it with her hands.
Yeah.
This is one of the best scenes. It's so good. The crescendo of the music and the way that everything escalates and her performance on top of it is just really, really, really top notch.
No, this is good. I thought the sister had done this to her hair.
I also thought
She
that the
hates her
sister
so
had
much.
done it. And I think that you're supposed to think that the sister had done it. And I always had wondered, like, what conversation happened after this? Like, do you think that she accused Elsa? Or do you think that she just kept quiet because they don't want to be suspicious?
Well, how do you not blame Elsa first?
But do you have to keep quiet, though, because you're not supposed to draw attention to yourself about any of these things that are happening? Like, you can't draw any attention or else, like, you're going to make it look like, yeah. So instead, Helen calls Julie, who heads over. But on her way, she hears noises coming from her trunk, so she stops to check it out. Inside is Max's dead body swarming with live crabs.
Yeah.
I never understood this scene. Like, I never got it because
the way that he's not there after?
It's just cleaned up so quick.
Yeah.
It's cleaned up
I
way
get
too quick. So I always wondered if it was her being paranoid and crazy, and
the way you say she saw Misty coming at her.
Yeah, like I always thought if maybe she made this up, like she just thought it. But also, is it just you're supposed to suspend your belief and think that as quickly as she left her car there, like we as the audience are supposed to think that it actually took her a few minutes to get to Helen's house and then get back to the car. But
First of all, we don't know how far away she was from Helen's house.
But also, a fisherman is cleaning up a dead-ass body with a bunch of crabs in broad-ass daylight.
The only thing that actually confirmed that was when she went into his boat and she saw the dead bodies in the icebox. And then that really confirmed that does have a hold on these bodies.
But where was Max's body?
In the ship as well, right? I mean, the boat
I don't remember.
The end. I'm pretty sure it's the first body that comes out.
That is a very good question because
like
I don't remember. I think you might be right.
Yeah.
I think you're actually right.
So he has, like, I think even her sister's in there at that point.
Elsa? Oh.
I think she's even in the boat. Like, she comes out and you see, like, her glasses or something.
It's in my notes. I can't remember. Yeah. Either way, Barry and Helen check the car for her, and the body has been moved.
Yeah.
Voila! So this next few minutes is all very wild. It seems like it's Jennifer Love Hewitt's first time ever swearing on camera, and it's like she had a very good time doing it. And this whole thing was also the idea of a teenage kid who had won a contest. So he got to direct this scene of Jennifer Love Hewitt spinning around, famously screaming, "What are you waiting for?" And at the time, Jennifer Love obviously hated it, but it's become one of the most well-known parts of the film. I still don't love it, but people really like it.
I like it, but I think it's what you say, scary movie fucked it up or killed a moment.
I think so too. I think that this one is more effective than the one that happens, and I still know, but we'll talk about that one next week.
Yeah.
So we come back into contact with Ray, who has been looking for all of them. Barry confronts him. I'm just spoiling it now. Ray's not the killer, guys.
First of all, wait, it just hit me. How come I never heard of that contest? Did you ever hear about a contest? Like, enter to...
She had mentioned it during an interview with somebody.
When we were younger kids, that would have been amazing. Like, how do you get the opportunity
they actually did this kind of stuff all the time. Scream 2 had a contest there
That's
to where you could
awesome.
enter to be one of the ushers at the movie theater in the opening of the film.
I wonder if that name's revealed of who that kid was and what he's actually doing now, because he has done like the most iconic scene in one of the the most iconic scenes in a horror movie that's ever existed.
He probably works at Target.
You never even know. Who knows who this kid is anymore? If you know who he is, please let us know.
Tell us.
I know. Tell us who this kid is.
What are you waiting for?
What are you waiting for? Huh?
So they finally find a picture of David in Elsa's yearbook when they realize that David and Elsa graduated the same year. They devise another plan. Julie will go back to Missy to have her point out Billy Blue in the yearbook, and Barry will go to the parade to protect Helen. And Ray... Wait, what will Ray do? I don't think they include Ray on anything. Ray is like very against everything because I think at this point they want you to think that Ray's the killer.
Yeah.
So Ray kind of is like, I don't want to help. You guys are vigilantes and y'all should just mind your business. And Julie's like, it's July 4th. He's going to do whatever he wants to do today because it's been a year. So are you with us or against us? And Ray's like, fuck you guys.
Yeah.
That's right.
Seriously.
So we end up at the parade. We're at the annual Croker Parade. And can you tell me how Barry ended up at the front of the float?
Sitting there, you mean?
Like what?
With a cast in
Is
his
he
hand.
security?
And he has like a wife beater.
Like, get
on?
the fuck out of here.
No, he has a shirt on.
He has a shirt on,
yeah.
but there's a white beater on underneath it.
You can see it.
So we're on the lookout for fishermen here at the Croker Parade. But the problem is everyone is wearing a slicker. And Helen spots someone who looks super suspicious and sends Barry after him. Oh, over there.
Yeah.
Barry. Yeah. And it's an actual old man who probably died of a heart attack after Barry fucks him up.
This poor guy.
Poor guy. He's like 100 years old. Later, Helen sees the actual fisherman with a hook, but she's on her own and no one else can help. And it's such a good scene because the way she's looking up at him and he's on this balcony all by himself and he just whips out the hook.
Yeah.
It's very phallic. Earlier in the
only
movie.
she can see it.
Yeah. Earlier in the movie, Jennifer Love Hewitt's like, oh, the hook is a phallic symbol for a penis. And at this moment, it's very much like, yo, look at my big dick, bitch. It's one of those moments.
Slasher. It's a flasher, not a slasher.
100. It's a slasher, not a slasher.
I said it's a flasher, not a slasher.
Oh.
Hey, look at this.
That's funny. I just high-fived him from across the table. That
what
was actually
what would be the tagline for that?
He's got a hook on you.
Or
that was actually good. I'm not mad.
All right.
So Julie goes back to Missy's. The setup here is intense with lots of dead turkeys strung up by their feet as Julie looks around for her. And this is the part where we talked about Missy comes storming out from the side of the camera with a gunning knife covered in blood. And this is the part that I was talking about that because of after the quick cut that where Missy is just standing there all simple, like, what are you doing here? That do you think that Julie could just be paranoid?
Yeah. That because this happens after the whole crab thing, right? So we're already
like, I feel like that
she's in her head, and this must have been happening to Helen at school, maybe that, or in New York. I mean, maybe that's why it didn't work out for her. This must have been happening to Julie throughout school the entire time. You know, without her getting the note, these little scenes of paranoia were already like playing through.
Because this happens a lot in the sequel too.
Yeah,
and it makes me wonder if any of these characters. Well, yeah, they do die, but if they are actually appearing to her physically.
The end of the movie, the biggest one of those belief moments that you're talking about, did that ever really happen? Or is that the paranoia that you're talking about?
Like the ending of the film?
Yeah.
That's a dream. Because they say that at the beginning of part 2.
So then she has that in her head, right? Like.
So that's what I'm starting to think that in the new film.
Yeah.
That what if she's the killer?
Because she's just like sleepwalking.
I don't know.
Like she's just sleepwalking as what she remembers in 97.
We're deviating. Yeah, but yeah, exactly. I feel like that it might not be too far-fetched. And it also could be too far-fetched. Who knows? So Julie begs, I keep saying so. I didn't want to edit this, but now I feel like I'm going to have to edit this with however many times I've said the word so.
And this unnecessary use of space just because of so.
Well, yeah.
You're like, damn it.
Fuck off.
Helen.
Help.
Elsa.
It's such a good fucking moment.
We're getting there. So, I'm kidding. There's also a few more things that I say all the time that I told myself I was going to make a very honest effort in listening to myself to not say. And those would be and now so. But I say and a lot. And is like my favorite filler.
I think and is a good transition.
No, it's a conjunction.
Who gives a shit about that? What we taught in school, that doesn't exist. Math that you learned in school doesn't fucking matter. Like nothing matters. History doesn't fucking matter. proper English doesn't fucking matter anymore.
Oh my God.
Like nothing matters. You know, like what I tell Stanley all the time, I'm like, I always use any word. I don't care what I'm talking about. Like I could say, hey, I want an ice cream cone weighed with.
Weighed with?
Weighed with. And I'm waiting for somebody to correct me because somebody will. Like just use words even if they're wrong and somebody will correct you and then you learn. Like, okay, that's the way I use this word now.
Alex, the reason I edit
is your ums, your O's, and your ands.
And then I blame it on my conjunctions.
Conjunction.
Because Alex uses made up words like,
what's your function?
Wade.
Like wade.
Oh, that's not a made up word though. You can wade through water.
That's a good word for boats and stuff. So.
Yeah. Oh my God. Like Julie probably wades through water at one point.
Well, yeah, with the fisherman on his boat.
But first, she begs for help to find Billy Blue in the yearbook.
Fuck. No, really, get back on track. What is happening?
Missy tells her David's death was a suicide. And she knows this because he left a note, which she kept hidden from the insurance companies. The note reads, I will never forget last summer. And it's the same paper and handwriting as the note that Julie received earlier in the film. She tells Missy it was a death threat and reveals she was there that night and she and her friends were the ones who killed him. She mentions the tattoo on his arm. Missy says he never had a tattoo and then sends Julie a packing. She gets pissed.
Mm-hmm.
Missy's like, get out of my house, even though they're in the backyard.
She's going to find out too much, and Missy's only trying to hide fucking insurance shit. She's like, you're digging up too much, girl.
But, like, that's the thing, though. Missy already knows her side.
Yeah.
And she's right in her side.
Yeah.
Like, she knows.
Yeah. And
right?
she doesn't want, that's what I'm saying. Like, she doesn't want no mixed up stories. You dig in more deeper because they're going to come dig for her shit that she's already covered up for so long.
Yeah.
Which is that insurance shit.
Right. And that's when Julie realizes it wasn't David that they hit. And then she flees once again. And this is... Are you okay?
Oh my gosh, I just stumped my toe on the
damn
table.
How painful. This is the moment that I have missed every time that I've watched this film. And it never hits. But now I can't unsee it. David was not the one that they hit.
Yeah. This is when it gets fascinating. Now as an adult, you're like, how the fuck did I never know this?
Well, now this is, I've heard people say that this movie is a little boring. I can understand. I can understand because if you're watching Scream and then you watch this, like this movie is a little slower. It takes its time a little bit more. It's not as fast paced. But bless you, Mina. Mina just gave us a cute little sneeze.
Well, Scream is Clueless gone horror.
Sure.
You know?
I mean, it's a little meta, you know, it's self-referential. This one is to an extent, but it's not so in your face. Like this one plays like an actual film. And I don't think that the audience was ready for that. The Scream audience wasn't as ready for that. And that's not to say this movie is not loved and it doesn't have its fans. It's very loved in the horror community, but there are the few that think it's a little boring.
It's like within the movie, there's 5 movies. Like within I Know What You Did Last Summer, there's 5 movies. There's that intro, then we go to the friends at the party, then we go to Julie a year after, then we go to so-and-so and so-and-so.
There's a lot happening.
It never changes characters. We're always following the 4 same characters throughout those entire versions of their life cycle.
Because
like,
it's a movie.
It's a movie, yeah, of course. But in Scream, like, you get an array of fucking characters and people and background and so much shit going on. And here it's just these 4 folks.
Well, and I think with
Scream... And they die rapidly. Like, they die quick.
Yeah, with Scream, it starts with a bang and like never lets up. With this, like it starts slowly and it takes its time. I Know What You Did was like the A24 it's of the slasher genre. You know what I mean? Like it took its time.
No.
From this point forward, it kind of amps it up a notch and we put the pedal to the metal a tad. So we go to the theater and Helen tells Barry that she had seen the fisherman and Barry assures her that she's going to be okay. Are you okay over there?
Grabbing my phone.
Oh, all right. Did we notice that this contest has the same contestants as last year at the Croker pageant?
Yes, they're aiming for that crown.
They're just wearing different swimsuits.
This is that scene that I was telling you where Helen's looking at that girl singing.
Oh, yeah. Baby, look at me.
It's so fucking hot.
It's so bad. Helen's introduced. Barry watches from the balcony. And this is the girl that sings Fame terribly. And I don't know why, but this stuck with me so hard my entire life. That girl singing.
Yeah.
And I never knew it was fame. No, of course not.
It was in the trailer.
That girl singing?
Yeah.
Why would it be?
Because why not?
Why?
It's not, I mean, it should have been.
I mean, her screaming for Barry is in the trailer.
Fame.
Bless your heart.
For Helen.
Oh.
Life was easy until.
That's my favorite part of the day so far. Thank you for that. I loved that a lot. Of course, Barry is butchered in the balcony by the fisherman. Helen screams, tries to stop it, but to no avail. This is bloodless, but it is so sad and it's so effective. And it's all because SMG delivers here. And like I said, from this point forward, like it's very high level. It is like the anxiety levels, I think, are like really up a notch. And I will say that the fisherman is real good at cleaning up his messes. All he leaves behind is just a drop of blood.
You can't question the crabs. A drop of blood that is missed.
Oh my God, you're right. Yeah. I never considered that part. Yeah. Wow.
I remember, like, these fishermen, they're fishing out there. They're tossing fish all over their boat floors. So they have to clean up and scrape up as much as they can so that they don't get...
so quickly.
It's their job.
So quickly.
It's their job.
Okay, sure. But I will give you that one. The fact that
That's why they
cleaned it up so good, but that left that little trace of blood. I never thought about that. Wow, Alex.
That
thank you for
unmissed
that.
Trace of blood.
That's nuts. I put drippy drip. Drippy drip of blood. So this is also where we get those weird interjections of Julie driving and parking. Like, I just think they're so stupid. Okay, girl. Like, we get it.
See, and another one is, sorry, I know, you're right. But another one before we move on from that whole, like, cleaning up shit, because as he does, you know, Helen, he messes her up in the tires and the town goes unheard of. Like, they just don't hear of that at all. Like, her death was not heard of. You know, like, the area.
Wait, say that all again? I'm so sorry.
When he kills Helen by the tires, like, the town never finds that out.
Why would they?
I don't know. There's no mess, is what I'm saying.
Oh, it's like in a dirty alley.
So he cleans up well, is what I'm saying. Like, never mind.
I don't know if I understand.
I don't think it makes sense anymore because I'm like, did the town ever even find out that Helen died? Of course they did.
Well, she has a grave now in this new film.
So her place of death was cleaned up by the killer as well.
And who even knows if we know that that's where she was killed?
Yeah.
Because her body is found later on.
Fuck.
Yeah. So the sheriff offers to take a distraught Helen home. The moment when he removes the tiara from her hands is pretty devastating. And while the sheriff is driving Helen home, the village is deserted, the roads are blocked, and they have to take a back alley of sorts. And they come across a broken down car. And this is where the sheriff is killed when he is trying to help the fisherman and his broken down car.
Yeah.
It's so silly, but it's scary because this is when the best chase scene in horror movie history starts.
Yep. And it's that iconic
behind you. It's delicious.
Yeah.
I like it when she calls him you shit stick Mayberry ass reject.
Yeah.
I never knew what Mayberry was.
You knew what Mayberry was. It's that Andy Griffith show.
I love it. Oh gosh. Helen escapes the cop car and starts running. And before this epic chase scene really goes full swing, we do find out during what's her face's investigation, Julie James's investigation on the World Wide Web, that Susie's father is still alive. His name is Ben Willis, and he is a local fisherman.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the chase scene, Helen runs to Elsa's department store, the Shivers store. And I want everyone to know that back when I was 11, I spent one entire day logged on to America Online downloading the next 15 seconds. It took an entire day to download this .mov file, and I have never been in so much trouble in my life. My mom got so mad at me, and I have been fine with this because I was so happy when I got home from school.
You killed that internet bill.
We also get another few brief moments of Elsa being Elsa. The fact that she takes her time answering the door is so wonderful.
Oh my gosh, please hurry up, Elsa. Drop the keys.
Forgets the keys, drops the keys, goes back for a cheese stick.
Like, literally.
Decides to check the iPhone that hasn't been created yet.
Inventory the entire store before she gets to the door.
Tries on some perfume.
She finally gets to the door.
and saves Helen. But it looks as if she was not being chased by anybody, because don't you think Elsa could have seen the fisherman behind her at any given point? Like, don't you think that Elsa could have seen?
Yeah. In camera view, it looked like the killer was literally right behind her. The fisherman was right behind her coming out the door. But then when the camera pans and we see behind her, there's nobody behind her, like for
again,
across the street.
This brings up another question. Why can't anybody else see the fisherman?
I don't know. It's true.
Like, Helen's being chased by the fisherman, but Elsa can't see her.
Yeah.
Julie is finding bodies, but there's no aftermath.
And the cop couldn't like make out the silhouette of a fisherman outfit when he got off to go help the guy.
But like, that probably wouldn't be too crazy because of the town that they're in.
Yeah. I guess.
I don't know. There's just some little loopy loops that I can't quite figure out.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. Regardless, while Helen calls for help, Elsa goes to lock the back door that apparently is always unlocked, and her throat is cut open.
That sucks.
It's awesome.
Like, it really is, but I mean, fuck Elsa.
The way that it's filmed is so cool, and there's this big, bright red glob of blood just splashed across the glass. It's just so wonderful.
Yeah.
And then Helen is attacked, and it's just this big chase scene in the department store.
Elsa?
Do you know the name of the song that's playing in the background?
Fuck, what song is it?
I can't think of it off the top of my head. It's SS10791.
What the fuck? No.
That's the serial number. What is
No,
the
I don't
name
know.
of the song? It's on the soundtrack. I do remember it being on the soundtrack. That's not the... 2Wiki. It was called 2Wiki, and the artist was Hoover Phonic.
I have to hear it now because I don't remember it exactly.
We'll listen to it. Who are you snapping at over there? Our dogs are unruly.
No more.
I don't know what else we can say about this chase scene that probably has not been said. There is the part where the fisherman has not only turned off the music, turned off the lights, and shrouded himself under a mannequin sheet all at the same time. And then he jumps out of the mannequin sheet to attack Helen, who ends up on an elevator while he's swiping at her feet. She ends up reeling herself up to the second floor, which is also the top floor. And then she is hanging out of a window, and then he swipes at her, and then she falls out of the window frame, but then he's gone.
Yeah.
And then she's running through the dark alleys of Southport.
But this is horror, right? Like, he has to be gone. We have to be shocked that he's not there and he's going to come around the corner anytime.
It's
Michael
just
Myers
so
gave us
good.
that.
It's very Michael Myers.
Yeah.
You know, the fisherman and Michael Myers have a lot in common. Like,
Stillness, the mystery.
Up until the fisherman is Ben Willis, like, they do have a lot in common, I think. Lots of stillness, lots of quiet, lots of mystery. And then he becomes Ben Willis, and it's just not as scary.
It's creepy. It could have been somebody creepier, right?
It just didn't have to be anybody. Maybe it just could have been a fisherman.
Yeah. Or like his face could have been more made up with like a bigger scar, more scarier, like something. Like, give us somebody
it could
else.
have just been anybody, honestly. It could have, or nobody. It could have been nobody. I don't think I needed him to have any real motivation.
The guy from Anaconda, the bad guy.
Jon Voight.
He's scary.
Well,
yeah,
but
him?
like, no, it's
he has the one as a scar.
That's who you're talking about. Yeah, but what I mean is, like, he didn't need to be the father, or he didn't need to.
But if we seen his face, like, I want something scary. Like,
I agree. Helen runs through an alley, like I was saying, and she thinks she's safe. She sees all these fireworks, and she runs for the parade. And I was telling you the other night, I always had thought when I was young that she had this fear that she was missing out on being in the parade, as opposed to finding safety.
Yeah, that she's like, I'm coming, I'm here. Sorry, I was getting killed, but I'm here.
Wait,
I'm actually here.
Wait, I'm sorry, I'm late.
Missed opportunity for scary movie.
Yeah, exactly.
But also to the audience, what a relief to see that firework go up, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, yes, finally somebody. And then you hear the drums, you know, like the parade going on.
And you really want her to be saved.
But it's like, why does this parade have to wait for a cue? Like
exactly.
Like it's Disneyland, like for a firework to go up, and then like, okay,
it's dead ass quiet up until they rear the corner on Hudson Street.
the entire town is lined up around the street just waiting for this parade.
And she still has a couple corners that she has to turn.
Yeah.
And she like kind of runs like as much as she can because she's broken, you know, and she turns back for some fucked up reason. This girl, like, you're on her side. You're her side.
Already there.
And she's literally there. She just has a few more steps to go. And then she makes the dumbest decision she could make, which is turning around for no reason at all.
This was done so fucking good because we all expected them to be back there. The fisherman was going to be right behind her, and nope.
He's not behind her. He's in front of her.
Yeah. So good.
I just remember when I was a kid, I thought that this was happening in such a different way. Like, all of this happened in such a different way. And I remember, like, this was emotional for me. I remember being so attached to her character, even as a kid. Yeah. And every time I watch this, even now today, like, this makes me really sad.
That's what she was casted, because they wanted a likable bitch.
Yeah, and it's funny. I never saw her as a bitch.
I never saw her either. I saw her as the most like sad, pathetic, like, you know.
I saw her as
girl,
a little broken. I thought she was a little broken.
She's over my cables. Get away from here. Go on now. You're a little broken. Okay.
Julie meets up with Ray. She sees his boat is named Billy Blue, and she decides to do the smart thing and run from him.
What is the relevance with Billy Blue? Or
Billy Blue, remember, is the name that was given to Missy.
Missy?
Yeah. Missy said that she had received a visitor from someone named Billy Blue after the funeral of David.
And that's who it turned out to be.
And Billy Blue is the name of Ray's boat. So Julie has put it together that it was Ray who went to go visit Missy.
Wow.
So she runs away from him, and Ray is then knocked out by another fisherman who helps Julie onto his boat.
Go onto the boat, quick.
What's the matter, child?
That's so scary.
Quiet, child.
He gives that southern, like, Louisiana, like, scary bayou vibe.
It's annoying. This last few minutes is just like, it's not my favorite.
What?
I think it's just a little silly.
Yeah, I
like,
think you're right.
It kind of loses me here. I wish that, I mean, I like it, but I just think that it's a bit schlocky.
I like the whole boat thing and the way that Julie goes around and through the boat and all that stuff. That's fucking badass.
I just don't love him.
Her screams are a little annoying during this whole
a little
episode.
shrill. Yeah. But I think that if it was better cast as far as he goes and better cast with Freddie Prinze.
Or if he had the outfit on.
Yeah, I think I didn't need to see his face.
Like the fisherman
outfit.
I
didn't need to see his face. I wish that it was just handled better.
And there should have been like just music playing out of this boat, like some scary bayou music. Yeah. And then she would have been like, oh my gosh, people, they can help me, and jump onto the boat. And then the fisherman comes out from
I feel like we had 2 days left of production and they were like, wrap this shit up.
Yeah.
We don't have time. Wrap it up.
What do you mean we don't have any more fisherman outfits? They're all done?
Yeah, like suddenly...
Well, then just put them in as regular.
We've lost them all in a fire.
Yeah.
You know, when we are working with...
Reduce, reuse, recycle.
Or like they didn't have that actor anymore who they had the entire time.
Yeah, because he went back to Scream.
This is the one who they were left with.
Yeah. Like, well, you let go of the camera and jump in.
Oh, gosh. So Julie realizes that once she sees all the photos of her and her friends, all of which, by the way, were taken the same day of this parade, that were all just tacked up on
He's not just the fisherman, he's a photographer and printer.
Photographer and printer. They were taken that same day. They're just hanging on the wall.
Yeah.
And her hat is also hanging inside his cabin.
Barry at the front of the boat in the picture? Yeah, right?
Everything. Yeah. It's so strange, all the photos that he has. She realizes that this has been Willis and that she's in danger, and it's a good moment. That part's good. But the rest is kind of cheesy, and it kind of feels like we're just trying to wrap it up quick, like I said, and it's fine, but there's a lot happening, and I was honestly very invested in the Helen stuff, and I'm not sure that I even care about anything that's happening right now, and I feel like I was a little overwhelmed, at least this last time that I was watching it. I don't know.
It's a little much and too long, you know, like literally like way too long.
They tacked on like a lengthy amount of her just like running around.
The boat didn't have to leave. It didn't have to move at all. Like, you know, like, why did it leave? Like, for what? Like, we still got Freddie Prinze on the boat. You know, like, he fell off the boat, then he's back on the boat, and it's like too much of it.
It's a lot of back and forth.
Yeah. And then her screaming. I just cannot.
And she screams at the weirdest moments.
Yeah.
You don't have to scream all the time. Like, keep it together.
Like, you're just letting him know where you're at, like what chamber you're in. Like, literally.
Each time she screams.
Yeah.
Ray has taken a different boat to get on this one, and he and Ben start to fight. Ben just isn't as scary without the slicker.
Yeah.
If he was ever really scary to begin with. And out of all these horror villains, I think the fisherman is probably the least scary. I think Chucky is probably scarier than the fisherman.
Oh, man.
But he's still wielding the hook, which is cool. Julie has barricaded herself down in the bowels of the boat. I'm not sure what else to call it. It's like the basement of the boat.
I would say
but
the
there's
bowels
different
of the boat.
compartments of it. Yeah. She looks as confused as I am. I have no idea what's going on here. She pops her head out long enough to cause Ray to get knocked out and back into the water. And then she's being chased again. This part is also confusing because she ends up in like an underground ice chest of sorts. And I'm not sure where or how the undergoings of a ship work, but this is also where he keeps his bodies.
Well, when you're on a fishing boat, they have a special ice box that they open at the top of the boat, like the floor, into an ice box so that when they're catching fish, they can throw them in there so they stay fresh when they get to the markets on port.
I see.
That's why they have ice in there. So this makes plenty of sense, other than it looking like fucking ripped up plastic when she's like trying to shove it into the little doorway.
Oh, I love it.
Or styrofoam.
It's
love
fun.
The ice. It's fun, but it just, when you focus, it looks way too plasticky.
It looks like those little plastic ice cubes that you freeze.
Yeah.
To keep
Yeah,
your drinks cool. Fun fact about Helen's body, the corpse that they use is available for you to see at the museum next to Mel's Diner on Hollywood Boulevard. And I've actually seen it. Yeah.
That's really cool.
It's really
How come we
fucking
never
cool.
went?
I don't even know if it's open half the time. Like every time that I've tried to see it or go to that museum in the past, it's usually been closed.
Helen.
They also claim to have the pill bottle that Marilyn Monroe had next to her body when it was bitch.
Sorry, guys.
Ray finally boards again. There's more scuffling, and we get a really intense moment between Ben and Julie. We talked about this earlier, where Julie says, "Please, it was an accident."
Yeah.
And he says, "Let me give you some advice. When you leave a man for dead, make sure he's really dead."
Yeah, but first she says, "I know everything about accidents. I know all about accidents."
That's what it is.
Meaning, like, there's the tip. Like,
yeah. And then his hand is caught in the rigging, dismembered, and he's dragged and thrown into the ocean.
This is good because now the hook belongs on the hand.
Yeah.
As Hook.
Yeah.
Now he becomes a pirate.
Aye. Wait, aye. What?
Aye.
I don't know what that means.
Arg.
Arg.
Ahoy, me matey.
Ahoy, me matey.
Aye.
So now, Julie and Ray are safe, so we think. The police arrive, they recover Ben's hand, but there is no body. They ask if they know why Ben wanted to hurt them, and they mutually agree that they have not one idea why. I really like that moment where they are both like, none. No idea.
And this is like the secret trust and bond between them now because they totally reconcile right after that.
Yeah, I do like that.
Yeah.
Like, well, trauma bonds us.
Yeah.
We have a trauma bond now, which is interesting because in the sequel, they have a wavering relationship and they're not really, like, they're trying to figure it out. And I'm wondering how that pans out into this one. I'm really curious.
It's just the stress and the trauma had broken this group apart, them enough to where they needed to be separate because they were both living this lie. Like every time they looked at each other's eyes, like, or in the eye as a couple, like they would remember that night. And it's like, we cannot be with each other. Now that they killed him or they know the truth is like, it was never really us.
To those of you out there who have participated in murdering somebody, lying about it, and then carrying the secret, let us know how it's affected you and the relationships around you.
And that's my thing. See, with movies, honestly, that's my thing with horror movies. They're all, at the end of the day, unsolved mysteries. People gone missing, things that have happened that we just cannot put answers to. And this is all that horror movies are. Like somebody writes something off of something true or real that happened in real life, and it becomes a movie. But honest to God, all these movies are all unsolved mysteries. Just like I told you when I was watching The Exorcist 2 or 3 days ago, and I was like, holy shit, like it never hit me, but now it hits me that,
oh boy,
the mom is covering up Reagan as a murderer because she actually killed Burke. And I know you're like, oh boy, here he goes. He's in a spiral.
No, some of this I agree with, but then there's some stuff I'm like, okay.
No, it's true. Like they're all like, these are all people that have gotten away with murder, like even Hills Have Eyes, movies that go way back. They're all like people that have killed people gone missing and that we don't find them. And they're all unsolved mysteries at the end. This fisherman was hiding David Egan's death. And then these kids screwed it up for him. And now he has to clean up all this bullshit because these kids know his truth. Or at least he thinks like, fuck, I have witnesses, so I have to kill them all now. And it can become a whole nother mystery story or mystery movie if you broke it down.
Yeah.
You can make so many movies out of all these, like out of one movie, so many versions out of it.
Yeah.
Anyways, continue.
Well, we get a sequel a year later called I Still Know.
Nobody likes that sequel.
It has a 9% on Rotten Tomatoes.
9%? Really?
Yeah.
9%?
I'm pretty sure.
Because Brandy didn't sing.
We can verify that later. Well, J Love sings.
Yeah, and
How do I do it? You?
And I don't know the lyric.
Oh my God, we're still not done with this movie. Okay.
No, we're not.
So we get another year later. Julie is at college and she is preparing to shower. She's talking to Ray on her big cell phone that looks like a football. And one of her dorm mates, who we can only assume is Brandy, drops a letter off in the locker room. It's one of those moments where you're like, oh no, it's another letter. But when she opens it, it's an invite to a pool party.
Kappa Alpha Zeta.
Delta.
Oh.
Lambda. I'm just kidding. What is it that Cece is in Scream 2? Omega Beta Zeta.
Uh-huh.
That's Helen.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you're right.
That's Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Holy shit.
So she goes back into the showers, and now it's all steamy in there because she had left the shower running. And on the door, in the steam, is written, I still know. I remember in the theater, everyone was dead ass quiet. It's all coming back to me now. And I saw this a second time in theaters with Richard. He was one of my best friends. And I was 11. His sister, Brianna, and then their mom, Bonnie, all went with us as well. And then she had taken her youngest children as well. And she was so mad because her young kids got so scared at this part. The fisherman bursts through the door and Julie screams and it cuts to black. And then you get, hush, hush. Yeah. I thought I heard the call of my name now.
She's in Boston University. We're going to Boston.
Well, it's filmed there, but
Boston.
No, it's Duke University. That's right. We are going to Boston. Did we say that or we say Salem? Did we say both?
Well, we have to go to Boston to get to Salem.
What is your deal? Why are you attacking me?
She knows what you did last summer.
All right, guys. That was I know what you did last summer.
When she's on that phone call with Ray.
I prefer the deleted ending. The original ending, I don't know if you saw it. Did you watch it? You did, right? Where she's on the AOL Instant Messenger and she's talking to Ray. And they're having the same conversation. The same exact thing happens. The girl comes, gives her the letter. It's a pool party invitation. And then she gets an email and it says, I still know. I rather would have the taunted email.
Yeah.
As opposed to, or the taunting email, as opposed to stupid, I still know in the shower. Get out of here, fisherman in my shower.
Yeah, you're right.
But then, of course, that is a dream. And we'll talk about that next week, what I still know. But let's do our gory gaydar.
So, this guy blows dead dogs. Just lay it in there.
Eat shit and die, Ricky.
Eat shit and live, Bill.
I would give it a solid 4.5.
Okay.
And reason being because they chose a really good table full of upcoming kids that were like very good at doing what they did during this movie. And not only that, but after this movie, each one of them kind of succeeded in their own little venture.
I would say all of them did.
Yeah. Like, honestly, like this is a group of kids that after this movie, we all knew their name. Like they did so much right after. Still, till this day.
Agreed.
And I know that it's up against Scream, but then the director kind of has to keep it toned down, as well, because he's working together with the writer of the maker of Scream. So it's like, I can do this for you, but I'm not going to outbeat my baby because I want to watch her grow, which is Scream. Like he wants to see that grow and like he didn't give enough energy to this. Like I said, they're refreshing it. They're giving you, versions year after year of what the trauma is and how it actually increases within time. And then there's an end to the movie. It could have been gorier, but I kind of like movies that don't show us the deaths because it kind of leaves it to my own mystery or like, not my own mystery, but like my own imagination to like, what happened to like Helen's death to me, just hearing her scream and the tires and the slashing is like, what did he do to her? Like, what did he do to that poor girl?
Oh, I don't even think we said that he killed her in those stacks of tires.
Yeah, like, well, we did because we'd mentioned...
Did we?
No, we didn't. We just said it was an alleyway.
Yeah, he killed her in the alley. Like, he fucked her up in this big old stack of tires, and, like, he slashes her to death, and it's really gruesome, and there's a little bit of blood, but it's not, like, heavily...
What was the most blood, I think, Max?
I think that was probably the most blood, yeah.
Yeah. Like, that's all we needed.
I love it. So on your gory gaydar, you give it a solid 4.5, which is so funny because on mine, I gave it a 4.4. which is basically the same thing. Basically, to piggyback off of what you said, I think they did exactly what they did with Scream. They got a hot cast. All of them have chops. Like, they all have just enough to do a good job, if not like a great job. And
there's a campiness to Scream, you know, in the death.
Yeah.
Like Tatum's death is like really like, ugh, you know?
Yeah. And I think that the actors here also, some of them are seasoned enough too to do something like this and then to go on and do other stuff that is more serious as well. But either way, I think that they all showed up and took it seriously. And I love it when people do horror movies and take it seriously and treat it like a horror movie. And I feel like everybody did that. I think that there are certain moments where it could have been different. I think that the ending could have been handled a bit differently. And that's not necessarily the director's fault, but I think that it could be a collaborative effort sometimes when stuff like that happens, because again, it's based off of a book. So I feel like there's room for collaboration in those kind of instances, but that could also be a studio
open-ended, just so you can make a sequel or leave it open for somebody to come along, because just he gives us the line too where he says like, make sure that you leave them, if you leave somebody for dead, make sure that they're dead.
Yeah.
And this is exactly what happened. Like, they ripped off his arm, threw him in the water, but he didn't die. We didn't watch him die.
Yeah. But I think that he did a good job. I think that he knows what he's doing behind a camera, and he didn't copy Scream, which I think was a good advantage. I think that he gave us his own version of a movie, a mystery film.
Well, creating Scream and then writing from a book is different.
Yeah,
right?
like it's not a carbon
taking
copy.
ideas from a book as opposed to you actually creating something.
Yeah, and I think that that's where, like, because you gave the script and plot a 5, I gave it a 3.5, and I think that's where I feel a little bit different, because I feel if they would have went the book route, it might have been a better plot. I think they would have had a little bit more to work with, and I think they would have had a little bit more fun with it. I don't know. I think that the book is just a little bit better as far as the plot goes.
I feel like it would have been more safer of a movie.
Maybe so, but they could have like played with certain ideas, I guess, and maybe not. I don't know. What the fuck do I know?
I think, well, you know, you're right. I think you're going the right way, but I think that from the book to the movie is like, in order to have gore, they had to like go the way they did with the movie, you know, as opposed to from the book, because the book, it just feels like we're uncovering a mystery and like we're just dealing with the kids' trauma and never really seeing gore and killings.
And that's okay too, but I feel like that there's just like underdeveloped stuff. So if you're going to change things, then at least change them and explore them. If you're going to change things, then pay attention to the things that you're changing. You know, I don't think you should change things and then completely disregard them. But there were things that I did like, and there were things that I just didn't necessarily like. But I liked all the Missy stuff, and I liked certain things that were changed and added.
Or don't base it on the book and just call it 4th of July.
Yeah, something. Like, yeah, you can base it loosely.
Like,
yeah, something like that.
Hooked.
Yeah, exactly. The hand with the hook being reeled in at the end, I think that's a really good image to leave someone with. And I think that the splash of blood that Elsa with her throat slash, I think that is a really good image to leave someone with as well. And it's, again, I think it's very effective when sometimes less is happening and you see less.
Yeah.
I think the score is so fucking good. So that would leave my score to be a 4.4, which is so funny because it's literally a 0.0 less than yours or whatever.
Yeah. The soundtrack's really good. It's what makes me want to go visit a portside small town. Like, literally ever since watching this movie, and the music that comes along with it makes me feel like I want to be there.
I want just the regular composition soundtrack.
I want to go to Astoria.
I love Astoria. It reminds me a lot of Astoria. It really does. Do you have a favorite scene?
The whole thing with Helen, the chase, and the whole store, the alley, that whole fucking sequence is just so good.
I am gonna double down on that.
Yeah.
I completely agree. And if I had a second favorite scene, I would say it would be the Ryan Felipe shower scene.
Oh gosh.
I'm just kidding. Did you have a favorite death?
I think I would say Elsa's death because it was very tragic, like the most tragic because
Elsa?
Yeah.
How is that tragic?
Because she wasn't even involved. Like she had nothing to do with it out of all of them, and we got to see her get killed because she was helping her sister. She had nothing to do with it. Like Max got killed because he was there that night. That made sense. Elsa becomes personal. Like it just like now he's killing the town. It doesn't have to do with I know what you did last summer. Like Elsa being dead had nothing to do with it.
But maybe she did get killed for a reason.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't think so.
I think she was also one of my favorite deaths. I think between her and Helen.
Yeah, Helen is good, but we don't see Helen die. Like Elsa, we get blood splatter.
You don't, but you get the idea.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, like she just had nothing to do with it, and she gets killed, and that's like the most effective for me because it's like why did she even open the door? Honestly,
gosh,
like
so funny.
What was she doing at the store that late? You know, like why couldn't she be there enjoying the fucking?
Well, because
parade?
Helen wasn't there to help her with inventory
It's
at 10 a.m.
4th of July. Take the day off.
She's a hard worker. She's taking care of drunk dad.
There's no money, so there's no time.
There's no honey.
Okay, so at the end of the day, what? David Egan is a random kid that caused the accident that killed Ben's daughter and drives off. Edit that. Never mind. He didn't drive off. He got killed. Right?
Yeah. Where are you going with this?
It's just the breakdown of the movie so people actually understand it and don't get lost like we did.
Oh, like you just tried to lose me?
Yeah.
Well, don't worry, because if any of you were confused at all through any of this, just wait until next week, because I Still Know What You Did Last Summer is 10 times more confusing than anything we ever just talked about.
Yeah. So we don't even know if Benjamin actually killed David.
Oh, no, he did.
How do you know?
He did. I think he admitted it in this.
Did he?
I think he admitted it. Yeah.
Oh, because I killed him because he killed my daughter Susie, and I
mean
know
that's
about accidents.
if he didn't admit it, it was heavily implied.
Yeah.
And then it's talked about later on in the next one.
Yeah. No, you're right. He does bring it up because he says that whole thing.
God, now we have to watch part 2.
Heck.
At least we can watch it and have a good time with it.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. I'm skipping through that karaoke scene.
It's fun.
Okay.
All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for sitting through. This was fun.
This was long.
Fun. It was not that long.
You don't think so?
No, we stopped a couple of times. They'll never know.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
We had to stop a couple of times.
You're right.
But thanks for listening to episode 50. What was this? 52 of I Know What You Did Last Summer. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to reach out to us at thegorygaze@gmail.com. You could find us on most streaming platforms, including Apple Music, Amazon Music, Spotify. You can listen to us on YouTube Music. You can find us on YouTube. All of that is at The Gory Gaze. You can find us on Threads, Instagram, all that stuff at The Gory Gaze as well. Next week we're coming back with I Still Know What We Did Last Summer, and between that you can find us. Hopefully, we'll have the time to do a little Patreon blurb for the new I Know What You Did Last Summer, and then after all of that, we are going to be doing Halloween H2O, you guys, and that's gonna segue into our cute little slumber party sleepaway camp.
Yeah.
Trilogy.
That's it. It starts Halloween's
for
here.
August, yeah, because we're going to be covering the first 3 sleepaway camps. I don't really consider the 4th one to be a sleepaway camp movie, and Alex is not terribly familiar with those movies.
Not really, just
but
like part 1,
part 2, and part 3 are coming out with a special edition 4K transfer, and I have pre-ordered them. So fuck yeah. So thank you so much, you guys. We'll be back again next week. We love you all. Stay gory.
Stay game. You asked me what I did last summer. Now you know I podcasted about what I did last summer and what I know what you did last summer, and that's it.
And
and
so
and
love you.
Bye.
Bye.